Hold on, my YouTube. What is wrong with my YouTube? Okay. YouTube, I am sorry. I'm sorry, YouTube. You missed the first 2 minutes of me doing nothing. It was not working for some reason. But we're back in school again. 28-year-old going to school, no big deal. We are, taking the second day of Ludwig's class. We're going to lock in, do that. And then we're going to do more Power World because we beat the first tower on hardcore. And the game's going to start getting a lot harder. I think we're going to do Power World every day after these... Hold on, that is really loud. After the next 4 days of Ludwig's classes, we're going to do Power World Hardcore. And then I think after that, we might take a day break. And then after that, we'll probably do some Nuzlocke days, then back to Power World and sort of alternate and do whatever we're feeling. But today we're doing Ludwig into Power World again. We learned a lot yesterday. I shared a lot of thoughts. I did all my homework. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And we'll continue to do that today. I didn't take a ton of notes because it was more like me pausing and speaking on a thing. But maybe what we could do is write down notes of like what we could take from the lesson, right? That specific lesson. But I do think the day one lesson, I think the day one lesson, like the homework assignment was enough in terms of, you know, what I'm trying to say. The homework lessons were enough that we did, that those are like our notes of what like he wanted us to do for the class. So, but day two is about YouTube more. I know that, which is what I care about a lot. 3 o'clock, 3:30. Whoa! I didn't give a time zone. I didn't give a time zone. So, I did go live like pretty much right at 3. I went live at 3:05 Mountain Time. It just took a second because like my light was messed up, you know? You said on the dot. What's a dot though? What's a dot besides a filled in circle? You know? What is it? I hope you have a whoa. Hold on. Can we calm down with the hostility, please? Just a little bit. You can be a little mean, but like not that mean. Like saying bitch at the end was crazy. That was just a little rude. No? Okay. That's fine. I guess that's fine. That's fine. Maybe you can learn a thing or two from school on how to be a nice guy. Because that's where we're going. Where is his day 2? I know people ask questions at office hours, but can I be honest? There's just too much. Like, damn, I don't got the entire time, you know? Also, I watched them already. I don't think any of the questions are like, they're more specific to people. They're like, oh, can you look at my channel, my intro, my thumbnails, whatever. So. Trent, how did it feel to lose all your money to the state of Alabama? How did that feel? Be honest. Just curious, since we wouldn't be mean to each other. You know what sucks? No income tax, or no state income tax barely freaking helps me. It actually does help me a lot, but I still pay so much in federal taxes, man. Being an editor is so hard. Being an editor is so hard. Maybe the hardest job. Yeah, it's going past. It was like 103 degrees yesterday, and there's like a lot of I had to take my roommate somewhere, need my help, and I took him there. It's like a 30-minute drive. So much construction, right? You know, just in Texas in general, when you're like near a city, they are just expanding as fast as humanly possible. And I was like, damn, I just could not be a construction worker. Like 103, like maybe in like up in Pennsylvania, sure. 103 degree, hell no. That is absurd. I don't know how they do it. I was driving past them and I was like, I was just thinking, I was genuinely like, damn, this has to be so like exhausting and draining and just difficult just being in the heat, sweating, obviously need long sleeves, long pants, the gear on your head for safety, long sleeves, long pants for sun protection and whatnot. And yeah, I don't know. It was just like, that's insane. And the only thing I can think of that would genuinely be harder than that is maybe a surgeon of some sort and an editor are the two. But it's definitely, I feel like it's gotta be top 3, bro. That looks so exhausting. Exhausting. Almost as hard as editing, but anyways, I guess we can I think we can get into it. I think we can get into our lesson and start learning. Let me make sure I have everything up. Yeah, I think we can get to it. We can do some learning. And yeah. Okay, yeah. I got this. I got my notes. And we can do his day 2. Just chatting. It's Jason the Ween.
Yo, if you hear my voice, clap once. If you hear my voice, clap
twice. Oh my god, dude, he's gonna say that. God, I'm so smart.
Lucky, 201.
Okay, this class I'm very interested in.
Yesterday's, I'll go over some of the same things. It's mostly gonna be new stuff.
I think this class is going to be
it will not be the same thing.
really good.
See, is Isabella here?
From what I remember, this class hits.
All right, keep your hand up. Kiera, are you here? Kiera? All right, Isabella, I need you to stay after class.
Why?
We'll talk about it after class.
See, I told you he's
She has to stay after class.
That's the only person here who did the homework assignment. Round of applause.
W homework. W homework. W homework. W
I
homework.
assigned you all homework last night. Isabella's the only one who's.
Okay.
This is just
Intros, yeah, the website wasn't working, we know.
I heard that. Do you think that makes sense?
Okay, wait, he started? Okay.
Ultimately, the homework's for you guys.
Some of this stuff we can skip through too that he talked about
yesterday. On the
yesterday.
board. Anyone have thoughts on this? Off rip. Do streamers make too much money? No. No?
Dude, damn, brother. What's up, Buckley? You said yesterday you're going to be live at 3 p.m. Day 1, you're... Whoa! Mountain time. Mountain time. Mountain Standard Time. Chill. Let's calm down. Listen, I was late, and I guess it was my fault, but I don't know. It was just hard to balance everything in the last however many hours. 12, wait, what time is it? Last 12 hours, I'll say. My bad, but mountain time, whoa. You know, like, let's give some respect to other time zones, my god. CST isn't all that exists, you know? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Buckley, let's sit our white asses down and learn today. Do streamers make too much money? Nah.
You thought that was gonna work, right? Huh?
Person, you thought that was gonna work.
More than rappers?
I heard that.
They
Do you
do.
think that makes
You know
sense?
what? They do make more than rappers. I mean, music in general is a lot like streaming in the pay structure. Where if you look at like other forms of entertainment, right? Like basketball. Obviously, such a small percentage of people are in the NBA. But what's the NBA minimum contract? It's over $1 million, right? Hi. Hello, fiance. The NBA minimum contract is 1.35 million. That's for a rookie minimum contract. And so like the worst NBA player still makes a lot of money, but like how this guy said, "Oh, they're the same as rappers." Are you gambling with chat? Playing Wait, what? No, I'm not playing poker. I'm so confused. I am very confused, but no, I'm not playing poker. I'm just watching Ludwig's classes. I'm doing one a day. All 4 of them. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. I dropped out of college. Me too. Me fucking too. But yeah, this guy said I heard streamers make more than rappers, but rap music in general is kind of structured the same as streaming. Where like mid-level musicians that like it is their job do not like make I do Twitch. Same names. It should be in the description of my YouTube, I believe. Like a lot of the like mid-level music artists that are full-time, like you know them and stuff and hear their music. They don't make a ton of money. Like record labels just siphon off so much money. Artists sometimes lose money. Like it's crazy. I would watch music if you are interested in how fucked up the music industry is, and like contracts and stuff. I would watch Drew Gooden's video about it. Most of them make their money through touring, yeah. But like the ones that like are selling out, like, you know, Madison Square Garden are already like, you know, are already making a shit ton. Like the people that like are making barely any money but are like full-time musicians that you know the name of, like are selling out like 4,000 person shows, you know, in like 15 cities and not making a ton, you know what I mean? Like it scales a lot like streaming. Like he's going to go through some money stuff, but like the way streamer 1,000, the amount of money they make, and the amount of money streamer 10,000 or streamer like 100 makes is such a huge discrepancy. And it's the same with music. Like the amount of money like Spotify artist 5,000 makes compared to Spotify artist 100, like just across all their income is insane. It's crazy. But something like basketball, obviously there's a huge scale between a mid-level NBA player's contract and like Luka's contract. But the baseline is so high, right? Now you could say the NBA is the top of basketball players, which obviously it is. But I'm just saying that like people in the NBA, right? Like that's when like you've made it, right? Maybe people feel that way when they're like, once you hit partner on Twitch. When you hit partner on Twitch, you probably can't even afford to like full time to stream. So like if you're just on the partner line, or if you just make the NBA, you do. Now I'm not saying that's easier. Make the NBA is so hard. There's only 400 players in the NBA compared to thousands of partnered streamers. But I just mean in terms of mediums of entertainment, streaming scales a lot more like music, where it's such like an exponential curve, rather than like a lot of sports, which are still like curve up and around, but like, you know, it's not as sharp of a turn. You know what I mean? John, hella late. It was a Mountain Time stream. I'm putting on for my Mountain Time viewers. I couldn't pause my game. Correct. If I'm correct, college athletes can't stream and play sports. I think that is not the case anymore. I'm assuming, because I think with like the NIL stuff, not only can they get money from like brand deals and stuff, but they could also pretty much just make money on their likeness, is what like NIL does. So NIL not only lets college athletes get brand deals, but they can also do things like stream or like be some sort of like creator of some sort, I believe, if they want to. NIL pretty much just gave them a lot of power with their own likeness, because the way college sports was set up was these college sports programs would make literal billions of dollars off of these star players, and the players basically sold their likeness, their name, their brand, themselves. Didn't even sell it, because they're going to college. All they get is a scholarship. Now, they also got a shit ton of under the table stuff, but that's for like recruiting. But it was like, yeah, we're going to make billions off your likeness, and in return, you get like a scholarship, which, like, cool. If you're a basketball player there for a year, that's less than 100K, like, and you're bringing the school in billions. Thank God for NIL. It's made some stupid school decisions, and it's kind of made it a money race, but also, like, it kind of already was a money race, and yeah, I don't know. Shout out NIL. Even if it makes the product worse for some people or for some schools, NIL kind of sucks. I think that, what do sponsored streams make? What's one scrap worth TF2? I think that, well, Ludwig will talk about his sponsors in this, but, I don't make anything, obviously. I got 3 viewers right now, maybe 4, if Twitch updates, but yeah. And I think NIL is, Dan, I think NIL is so far from perfect, but I think the alternative, which is what happened for like 100 years, of colleges just basically owning, like, I just don't like, even if NIL might be making college sports as an entertainment medium worse, but, think about how much money the University of Florida made on Tim Tebow, and think about how much Tim Tebow made Lifetime. Think about how much University of Florida, but if you compare how much Tim Tebow made at Florida versus how much Florida made with him there, you know? Nothing compared to, like, I think even if it makes the medium of the sport worse, and maybe this is, just the idea of fucking, like, you go to these, like, the only way to get to your dream, to the professional league, to your career, to this high-income place, is to essentially let a university, let an institution, because universities are just businesses at the end of the day, let an institution just own you for nothing. You know what I mean? Like there are big issues with it, right? Like, you know, you played volleyball, and so, like, NIL makes it so the school's only going to put money into, like, football and stuff, or whatever. And, like, there's some things that, like, I think there needs to be more protections, like how, like, D1, to be a D1 school, like a D1 football school, they have to, fund, like, they have to fund other sports at the school. But outside of D1, those, like, rules don't, like, really exist, or they're, like, very small. Like, D1 has good protections for other sports at schools, but, outside of Division 1, they don't, which is really bad. But the idea of, like, these institutions just get to own these players for free because they've made it the only path these people can take to get to the professional league is fucking crazy. Like, they own them for free. But yeah, Buckley, I was thinking more that, like, since he's on TV and stuff, he makes a lot of money because he does, like, CBS Sports or NBC or whatever. But yeah, they made unironically probably over $1 billion from Tim Tebow, like the Florida Gators did just from him. And then what does he have to show for it? Like, they literally owned him. Like, it's one thing if maybe NIL, like, I think schools being able to pay players is a mistake. I think being able to buy, like, give players contracts is a mistake. But I think that, yeah, I mean, also, yeah, there's even indirect money that they made, right? People that went to his college. And Hadonia, hello. But yeah, I don't even know how we got on NIL. But I think NIL can't miss your streak. You can't miss your streak, Alex. You can't. I think NIL is, the bad part about it is schools being able to literally give players contracts. I think that's dumb. But I think the protection NIL gives, that players get to actually own their likeness, because they are the fucking person and can go get their own sponsors and can go stream or do Instagram shit or whatever they want is good. And that the fact that that didn't exist is like I don't even mean this as an exaggeration. I think that is like genuinely disgusting. Before NIL, that an athlete like a college basketball player couldn't go get a deal with like a protein shake brand or something. Yeah, just talking about NIL because I was talking about how because this guy said I heard streamers make more than rappers, and I was talking about how the growth or how like that is true, but it's like kind of it. But music industry, rappers, music industry as a whole, work is the same way of streaming. Where like the 5,000th most streamed Spotify artist, right? All their income, it's like exponentially lower than like the top 100 because of how fucked up music labels are, like how much money they siphon, and just like, and same with music platforms like Spotify and whatnot. And then, same with streaming, it's like, um, uh, and then I was thinking like, and then I was talking about how like, in this, Ludwig talks about 1,000th streamer versus him, Mr. Number 95, right? How much exponentially more it grows. And then I was talking about that it's like an exponential growth from like people that you know that are names, maybe a partnered streamer or a full-time artist, but like how much money they make compared to the bottom or to the top is like exponentially different, right? But then I was talking about the NBA, how like obviously such less people are in the NBA, right? Only 400. But like the minimum NBA contract is like 1.3 mil. Like in terms of like once you have reached the medium of entertainment, you have like a baseline, and the top makes way more, right? Like Luka makes way more than someone making 1.3 mil, but it's less of an exponential rise than it is for like streaming or music because of where the bottom is at. Does that make sense? And then that went into NIL and stuff. But yeah, Buckley, how life-changing it is for the player and how much cheaper it'd be for a company. Yeah, exactly. I think that my only issue with NIL, and I'll stop talking about, like I said, is that I don't think schools should be able to pay players, but I am so happy that these fucking institutions, these schools that say they're non-profit because salaries for professors, or not even professors, for like the president and administration are expenses, so they can just make their paychecks larger and still be non-profit. And the fact that before NIL, they just owned players straight up. They owned them. The players got paid nothing. They couldn't use their name, their face, their life, their skills, their anything to make them any sort of money or progress in the world. And it's bottlenecked by these people that literally own them and say this is the only way you can get to the top level to have your career in this thing you are like some of the best in the world at. Was disgusting. And I'm happy NIL changed that. But there are a lot of NIL issues, especially schools being straight up able to give college players contracts I don't like. But regardless, let's continue. That was a very long tangent for this dude saying something to the opening question. But no, I don't think streamers make too much money. Was Ludwig's question. And my answer would be that I think people need to sort of accept, in general, this has happened through all of human history, that the value of entertainment is a human necessity to whatever degree, and the value of it can never be the value of it can never be capped by the market. Does that make sense? We can make the NBA easy. That is also true, Lex. You and me, we're both really tall. We can make the NBA so easy. Streaming is based on viewers, which varies a lot, but sports are based on value. Yeah, value recognition and skill. Yeah. Yes, but also, I mean that it's all decided by. Sports is also based on viewers, but it's just that like TV deals. It's most of the money is TV deals, and like a viewer on TV. The price per viewer on TV is worth way more. Mostly, honestly, just because it's the traditional like entertainment medium. But a viewer on TV is worth way more to people than on Twitch, even though like a streamer's ad has a way higher click-through rate. Like the idea of like sports and like just TV in general and cable, and that's like the traditional uh what's the word I'm trying to say? Like virtual media, right? That's like the traditional one. And so like all this money is baked into it. Like the NBA will have the NBA most NBA games, even NBA playoff series games will have that aren't the finals, will have less viewers total than like a given day of Kai Cenat Streamer University. Right? Like just straight up, Kai Cenat Streamer University, let's say day 1 of Streamer University, had more viewers than not a finals game, but an NBA game, right? But these networks, a million viewers on watching a basketball game is worth way more than a million viewers watching Streamer University. Because one, I think it's just baked into the price, you know, the price in a medium goes up and up and up constantly, but also also, they pack so many more ads. Like, people get mad at streamers running 12 minutes of ad an hour, 12 minutes of ads an hour, which I do too. Fuck that, I'm not watching your stream. But, like, everything is advertised in sports. On the field, on the jerseys, on the helmets, in between plays, on the broadcast. There's commercials every, like, 5 minutes. Like, there's just so much more slop to throw in the face of you, even if there isn't, even if there's a way lower click-through rate, on like a cable program or a sports program than like a stream or a YouTube video, it's still really good. Like you can still just pack so much in, and because you could be like, we're NBC, you know our name, you pay us way more, right? Like they're just established, they got their grimy little roots dug in, and so they just make way more, and then those TV deals fund the leagues and whatnot, but and sports gambling. But hello Quipster. Hello Quipster Chan. I don't like that I said that. I'm taking that back. Oh yeah, Kalkub, you said we don't talk about NIL and the transfer portal abuse. Yes, there is really bad stuff about NIL. Yeah. That is there are really bad things about NIL, but I just mean like the owning people's likeness thing, you know? Sports is more in value/recognition than skill. My favorite team is the most profitable in the world, and we haven't won in 20 years. Yeah. There's a lot. Sports in general is overinflated, but that's the reason why I say streamers don't make money is because, or don't make too much money, is because there's no market value cap to entertainment, and it's a human necessity, and there just never will be, right? Like, entertainment, I know everything, right? Supply and demand is how much any one person is willing to pay for something. But with entertainment, that kind of never stops going up, you know? Like, people could just stop eating Kit Kats, but, like, people aren't going to stop being entertained to some degree, you know? Like, entertainment is a necessity. And so it kind of just scales forever. Like, it's like, it's different from other things that are, like, more tangible. Every other industry is sort of a race to the bottom, right? Quality-wise, price-wise, whatever. But entertainment's sort of opposite. It's kind of like a race to the top. Because there's so many people living so many hours every day that the pie is pretty much infinite on entertainment, because every human needs entertainment to some degree, like just in their genetic DNA. Like we are too intelligent of a species to be able to survive with zero entertainment, just straight up. And so yeah, I don't think they make too much money because entertainment is just impossible to put a cap on. The worst sports game is 500K on YouTube, so that's like 250K live view. Well, see, what sports do is really smart is, what like sports and cable and everything do is they report their viewers based on total unique viewers, where streamers and stuff are always seen as just the live amount. So like people will say like if I go to Twitch right now, right? If I go to Twitch right now, I look at Squeaks has 8.4K viewers. That's what I would say. But if someone's talking about how many people watched an NBA game, let's say they would say like, oh, 1.2 or 850K if it's like regular. Let's say 800K people tuned into this game. There was never 800K people there live. They might try and word it like there was or sell it like there was, but all that is that, like, that's how many unique viewers there were. But streaming is seen as like concurrent. That's how it's judged. Where things like YouTube are judged by fucking, or streams are judged by concurrent, and then like sports and stuff are just judged by unique viewers, which is like, you know. So they'll be like, oh, this hit like 2.3 billion or 2.3 million viewers or something. Kai Cenat's stream did too, bro. The same 300K people weren't there the entire time. Kai Cenat's did way more than that. But like, that's not a thing that, it's just discussed differently. I think probably partially to like I think it's just a culture of like streaming, but I think it's also to keep streaming down a little bit, you know, and not let it like surpass. Because YouTube is, Ludwig will probably say it in this class, maybe. YouTube is the most watched thing on TV on the planet. But any way to put this new medium of YouTube and especially streaming down, traditional virtual entertainment will do that. Like traditional broadcasting, traditional TV, they'll do anything. So they'll look at their uniques versus Twitch's concurrent and be like, our basketball game had 1.2 million viewers. Kai Cenat only has 200K. We have more. We're like, that 200K concurrent for 5 hours is like millions upon millions of people. YouTube is probably the most used thing ever, to be honest.
I think it do.
Yes.
Yeah?
I think it do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I just cashed like 200K last night. Bro.
200K?
Bro.
Last night?
Bro.
Damn!
Hey,
That's pretty
200K? No,
good.
he didn't. Bro was just lying.
All right. Really? We think streamers make a lot, right? Streamers make a lot. We know streamers make a lot.
Okay,
of
let's
money.
get into the
I think
actual
you've heard this
lesson,
before,
though.
guys.
That was a
Today we're
long
gonna
yap
talk a little
session by
bit
me.
about
My
that.
bad.
And something
I don't even know. We got on
a few
fucking
viewers in
NIL
this
somehow.
class
I don't know how I
are
did
dealing
that,
with.
but
Gotta say, the class is stop clip farming and start making money. Okay.
Let's go. I'm really bad at clip farming.
A lot of you guys here are great at farming clips. You get millions of views. You get more views than me, but you're not making money equivalent to maybe the attention that you are receiving. We're going to unpack why. We're going to start talking about how
I'm not getting any money, guys. What's up with that? And I get hella attention. Oh my god, guys, if 10... Oh, never mind. My Twitch thing went from 10 to 6. I was going to say, if 10 more... I'm halfway there to being top 1%. I was halfway to 1%. The 1%. Fun.
I think you should be proud of yourselves. If you don't know, these are the facts. 92%
Okay, we did see this, most of these facts last time.
They never go live again.
I've gone live twice. I'm in the top 8%.
92% of all of Twitch,
Yup.
they
We
only
know
go
that.
live
We know
one
I'm in the
time.
top 8%.
So if you've gone live twice,
Love that.
you're in the top 10%.
Let's fucking go.
20 viewers is the amount of viewers you need to be in the top 1%. Raise of hands. Who's got 20 viewers?
Not me.
You're 1%. 1%. Right now.
I'm a bottom 99% chud. But I'm in between 92% and 99%. Not bad.
Guys, 1 million people applied to Streamer U, and you are the few
Wasn't
who
me.
made it in.
So I didn't get rejected. Wow. Life is great when you don't get rejected.
And I got one more surprise for you all. Most of you will fail.
Surprise. Oh. It's okay. I've been failing forever, bro. I upload one video, does good, don't upload for 3 months. Let's fucking
Guys,
go.
most of
Failure
you
at
are
its
gonna
finest.
fail. What do I mean by fail? Did you feel like you made it when you went to Streamer U? Do you feel like you got an opportunity that
I
you
wasn't
can
there,
grasp
so-
and you might skyrocket?
Yes, I did.
You might have felt that. You got excited.
Yeah.
That won't happen for most of you. Here are the stats.
Oh.
Last year's Streamer U.
That's real shit.
This is last year. People who attended.
Okay, we
2025
saw all of
Streamer U.
this. We saw all of these, I talked about this at length yesterday. So we're gonna skip through this. It also applies to Streamer U. But the general core of this, which it's about Streamer U, I'll just say is that, like, in general, one big event, one big thing will not save you, right? Like, my last video got, I think it's at like 60-something thousand views. You know how many people that watch me live off of that because of that video? I think 1, maybe 2. Like, and like I got a decent amount of subs from it. I can check exactly how much. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't like a 1 million view video. Big difference between 66K and getting like something actually pop off, right? That is my highest viewed video. I got 164K subs from it. Made about like $350, right? And that's cool. I had one person that watched that came to my clicked on my YouTube stream or came over to my Twitch stream because of that video, you know? And it's not like a big boom, like maybe probably not even as big of a probably not even as big of a boom as like Streamer University is. Just being in that category and being there live would get you more attention than a 66K YouTube video, obviously. But the general core idea is correct. Of just that, like, one thing is not gonna oh my god, one thing is not gonna save you. Did Ludwig do a class on subathons? That would be sick. That would be awesome. How to milk the most money out of a subathon? That would be really cool. You know what I hate? Oh my god, dude. You know what I hate? My biggest... Why don't... Hold on, do I need water? Dude, my fucking... I have, like, the hiccups, but it's, like, trapped in my, like... I don't know. You know what makes me... I hate when people do subathons where they... One, don't sleep on stream. I know it's uncomfortable for some people, but then don't do a subathon. You don't need to do a subathon. Just don't do one. What makes you even more mad than people not sleeping on stream is when they're doing a subathon, but they end their stream. What the fuck are we doing? You're just putting a green timer on your stream to milk more money, which, don't get me wrong, I understand the idea of putting a green timer on your stream to get more attention. The guy Buckley worked with for 5 years, that was like his thing. And Trent begs for the green timer on my stream on any challenge I do. Some people just love the green timer, I get it. But throwing the green timer on just to make more for people to gift you more subs so the timer moves is so gross when you're ending your stream. Like, you're just streaming. You're just streaming. But anyways, I think it would be sick. I think streamers would be interested in that. He's made a more YouTube pilled class. Yeah, it was more YouTube pilled. But I think the idea was that, like, giving these people the blueprint to hopefully make income out of what they're doing, out of their, you know, and whatnot, so.
Effectively change your life. Jason, because honestly, there's things Ron can learn, and you can always learn at any level.
Thank you. Yes.
Damn,
Right,
you can learn at any level.
That's the bad news. All right, but we want to be different. We want to be the ones who succeed. How do we do that? First off, we have to ask ourselves an honest question. Raise your hand by show of hands. Do you want to be a streamer?
Yeah, I want to be a streamer.
By show of hands, do you want to be a streamer?
White boy spitting
All right.
moment. Sometimes a white boy be
We're
spitting.
going to sit on this for a moment.
Now, do I
You
hate when
wanna
they
be
do a
streamer?
subathon for like
There's
12
question
hours?
about
They have a sleeping screen, just end
Because
stream. I clicked on you. So I hate both. They're both just suck, right? Because like if you're ending stream, you're just not even doing a subathon. Then if you have a sleeping screen, you're still not. You're just ending your stream without hitting the end stream button. I just think that like you don't have to do a subathon. Like no one is forcing you to. I understand you want to make a little more money, whatever. Nobody is forcing you to do a subathon, and you're not even like I think a subathon clearly is like a 24-hour thing where like people sub, make the timer go up, and it's like extending how long you have to live your life all on stream, right? It's not something I would do, but I understand the appeal of it, the allure of it, right? The timer means nothing, because like if you're a streamer and you do a sleep screen or just end your stream, you're just streaming. Like you're just streaming. That timer means nothing. You'd be live anyways. You're a streamer. What the fuck do you mean you have a timer that goes? You're a streamer. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. That's just... I also think subathons in general, I'm not... But, like, I'm not a huge fan of it, but at least I get the allure of, like, this person is forced to live on stream. The payment... They receive more money. They have to live on stream longer. It's a funny thing we could do. Once I saw a subathon where the streamer got mad at people for trying to make the subathon longer. That's awesome. I like that. A wake-a-thon? Wait, didn't some dude do that and, like, die or something? She wanted to end it and was like, wait, hey, stop, I'm ready to end. People do that in, subathons anyways, though, to, like, farm, you know? And maybe the way she did it was just, like, in a more angry tone, you know? But people do that all the, you know, that's, like, the classic farm. Like, I'm gonna, guys, let me go, let me be, please, guys, like, if I was like, guys, stop, I'm so serious. Like, imagine I was doing a subathon, right? Okay, we're gonna roleplay. I'm doing a subathon. I'm, like, super tired. And I'm just really out of it, okay? Alright, guys. What do we do next? Oh my god. 45 minutes left, guys. Just let it fucking end. Like, just let it end, man. We get it. Like, I don't have anything left to do. I'm fucking tired. I'm hungry. Just let it end. If you sub, I'm banning you. Like, I'm so over it, man. I just want it to end. If you sub, I'm just banning you. You know what I mean? Like, that's bang. And that would, if I was actually doing a subathon, maybe someone would sub. Hear me out. Subathon where you don't see the timer where the viewers can, so you don't know how long you have left. Wait, that is actually a fire idea. That is actually a good idea. Someone should do that. I don't got the viewers to do that. I don't think I'll ever be a subathon guy. But that's a really good idea. You just have like an alarm. So imagine someone that's like a big streamer or something, right? It could be Ludwig, could be whoever. They're like stable Ronaldo, I don't know. But like in their room, they have like a bit like a pedestal or like a whatever with like a big like alarm on it, right? And the alarm, it's just an alarm, no timer on it. And it goes off when the timer hits 0. But the streamer can never see it. That would actually, that's too many narcs for that to work. But I think narcs are fine. Because for every narc, there's just going to be someone that lies. You know? Like if someone says there's 42 hours left and then someone else says there's 8 hours left. I don't fucking know who's correct, you know? You know what I mean? Like if you're on like day 8 or something, you don't know who's right. Like people are just gonna say so many different times, and like it might get annoying seeing the time messages in chat, but I do think that's actually a really good idea, Buckley. I think that's a really, really good idea. I actually think you're cooking with that. Yeah, you could make it a whole thing. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Unique subathon idea. The subathon is, let's say, 24 hours. Each sub reduces the time. I think people have done I think maybe Ludwig did that, actually. I think I've seen a reverse subathon before. But it is pretty funny. The whole idea of, like, subbing makes him stream less. But I think it was... Here, wait. Let me look up reverse subathon. Who was it? I can't... Maybe it wasn't Ludwig. But I've seen people do them where they set the timer to, like, a week or something.
You don't actually want to be a streamer. You want to have what streaming can get you.
I think I think a few people have done it. Like I think a decent amount of people have done it. I think that on this question, like I do want to be a streamer, but I think I do like making YouTube videos more. But I don't know. There's a part of streaming that I do like, but I really like when it's like something for a video for a challenge. But I have like these last few days, but. The question is, like, do you want to be a creator? Yes. I mean, I know he said streamer. It was Mizkif. Nice. So, do you want to be a streamer? Dude, I've never been a Mizkif guy, but oh my god, that dude is... Damn. Let's just say, he was made for Kick. I'll just say that. He was made for Kick. You can take that however you want. Him streaming on Kick? Makes sense. It makes sense. But I do like the aspect of streaming, but I don't want to just, like, I never want to be, now Ludwig says, you know, 4 to 6 hours is the range. I wouldn't like being, like, a 12-hour streamer. I just would not, I would hate that. But I do like streaming, like, 4 hours. I do enjoy it. And I very much enjoy just making, like, content and videos and just the process and the product makes you feel very proud. And yeah, I can't believe Kick does not care about their image. Dude, they got Stake. The guy owns Stake. Like, it's fine. You can just use Kick to push Stake and make all your money back. We hired the worst streamers in the world for our platform because all the good ones said no because we have too many bad ones. I mean, that's fine, though. They want like, the bad ones do make sense for them, unfortunately. They want the degenerates to watch them. Like, who do you think is more likely to gamble all of their money away and then be in crippling debt and be homeless? Like, I'm not even saying this is a bit. Like, genuinely, that happens to people. Like, a Northern Line viewer who's, like, 35 and watches him on their lunch break at work. Or maybe on the side monitor at their job. Or the fucking 19-year-old, like, crash-out kid who loves Aiden Ross and hates women. And, like, gay people. Like, who do you think is more, you know? Like this dumbass 19-year-old with a fucked up brain worm, or the 35-year-old dad. Like, they want the fucked up streamers. Which, I mean, I think Kick is like a cesspool, but, you know, get them off. Get them off Twitch, I think, is good in general. They can go live in their own corner, do your own thing, you know, sure, but like that could be like the degenerate circle, you know? Homophobes do love gambling.
But there are quicker, better,
Yeah,
more
low-key they
efficient ways
do.
to do that. Maybe you actually just want to be rich.
I think bigotry in general is a form of degeneracy. And so is gambling. So I do think it actually correlates. Like I think bigotry as a whole is like pretty degenerate in general. Yeah. There's a lot of ego involved in it. There's a lot of obviously hate, you know what I mean? So yeah. I think it kind of makes sense. Like, I bet you more people that are homophobic gamble than more people that are LGBTQ allies gamble. Maybe there's no correlation. I think that in my heart of hearts, though. Ally, I don't like to gamble. I don't like to gamble. So there we go. Prove myself right. With an adequate sample size of 1. Buckley was in Vegas like a week ago. You know what they say about him, so take that as you will.
Maybe you want a large social media following.
Heads or tails? Heads.
Maybe
you
want
head
to
or
have
tails.
a creative outlet.
Tails.
Shooting might not be the
Tails.
best path to do this. Now, I think when people talk about streamers, we talk about the big guys.
It's a good thing gambling is all inclusive and loves everyone. Wow, gambling truly does love everyone, especially poly market. It really does. Because you know why? You could gamble on anything. And that's so inclusive. Okay, Tails, I gift you a sub. Oh, why don't you sub yourself? Heads, you gift me a sub. Okay. All right. I'm flipping it. I have a chat bot. That will do it. Okay. Oh, it's Tails. You have to give me a sub. Let's fucking go. 50-50. Hey, maybe I do like gambling. Seems rigged? No, it's like a flip. It's like a. Wait, it worked. It just took a second. Damn, like you can't let the bot. You can't let the. I'm so confused, bro. How fast do you think bots work on Twitch? Like, what are we doing? Like, bro, give it a second. My God. They don't give me the good bit rate. I'm not partnered. I don't get, you know. I don't get the good connection. I don't get the good bitrate. I don't get the good bandwidth. You just gotta give it a sec. Anyways, let's learn. Legit had you for what? Wait, it's just a bot. I don't know why we're confused. Buckley, I flipped the coin. It was Tails. You have to gift me a sub. That'd be it. Look, Lex is subbed. Oh my God, you look like such a puny loser non-sub compared to Lex. Wow, he frame mugs you so hard. It needs to be visual. Listen, man, I took the time to put the bot on my stream. If you don't want to believe it, that's fine. You can be a bad sport for the activity we just did. I'm just going to keep learning. I need to learn.
Talk about the Kais. We talk about the speeds. That's awesome. That is a very small number of all streamers. That is realistically not going to be you.
Aww.
I have 3 examples for us today.
Me.
I have a top 100 streamer in the world. I have a top 1,000 streamer in the world. And I have a top 10,000 streamer in the world. I'm gonna show you guys all their revenue and their viewership. We're gonna pocket watch. Guys, we're gonna start off with Mr. Number 95. Guys, we were starting off. Excuse me, with myself.
Mr. Ludwig.
I'm gonna show you how much money I make. I'm
Category
the
athlete.
streamer on Twitch. I also
Nice.
stream on YouTube. It doesn't include
Kind of a
that,
banger.
but
He's a rebel
I'm like
athlete.
maybe top 100, somewhere in there, right? These are my metrics. If they line up with yours, okay?
I like that with Ludwig's class. Instead of like, he had like a few kind of jokes in his presentations, but most of his jokes that he throw out here and there, he baked into his slides. Like on the first one, it said, he said top 50 Melee player nationally, but it was like in the state of Maryland or whatever. I like that it's a good way to throw in little jokes into your stream to keep it fun, but also not make you seem like a less serious professor because it's not coming out of your mouth, you know?
Then your revenue will probably be similar to mine. I don't stream nearly as much as some other guys. I have 9,500 subs. All right. For me specifically, okay, we're gonna go through some expenses that I have.
Let's see your
Here's
these
my
expenses are
This is
crazy.
just the month of June. Everything here
By
is for
the
the month
way.
of June. Payroll, $225,000.
Dude, Buckley, we gotta get on Ludwig's team, bro. We gotta get on Ludwig's team, bro. We gotta get on Ludwig's team. Shake Drizzle making money. He's making money. Ouch. Okay, forgotten. Fuck. Okay, Lex can come too. Maybe you'll actually make money because you'll get paid for like your shorts instead of just ad rev split on a type of content that makes no money. What shocked me with this was the sponsors. Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a sec, but let's see his money.
That is for the 15 employees that I have. Next, travel. $55,000. That's a higher number than normal. I ran an event.
Flex, it actually works out. Buckley and I will tag team videos, and then you make a bunch of shorts. Then we'll all get on. We'll get this payroll number up. Who cares? We don't need to get. He has income to spare, right? When we get to the income tab. So like he doesn't. We don't need to actually make him any more money and do well. We just need to get this payroll number up for us. Yo, bro, I'm doing my first stream. Hell yeah. I like that. I like that. I always think people should do their first stream. I always think so. I always think so. I hope it goes very well. I always like to see people try things.
A bunch of streamers out.
55K for
That's
travels.
travel expense.
Well, that's
Next
including
up,
like that's
events.
flying like all the
That is the production
Minecrafters out. I
event.
think. I think
Nice.
travel. I think events is just the amount to run the Minecraft event. Then travel is like maybe I think flying out the like I think this is both low key the Minecraft event. Yeah, it's probably plane and hotel, and then event is like putting on the actual event. But I think this is like all in all of the entire Minecraft event, you know? And then also his travel included, but I think both of these is mostly the like this is all the Minecraft event. But like think about the production of the Minecraft event, and then yeah, travel is so disgustingly expensive. Like think about you're putting I don't know how many people are there. 12 Minecrafters plus commentators, maybe like 20 people. 20, 30. Into hotels for a weekend and plane. But travel is fucking crazy. It is crazy. You know, then also his travel though,
Next,
you know.
marketing.
And he flying
Again,
flying
similar for
good.
the event, it's another $10,000. Final total for the month of June is just the expenses, what I spent.
That being the expenses is crazy.
$359,000. This was just for the month of June, yes. Question.
That's exactly what a 9-to-5 making a year, but yours is good.
That is way more than most 9-to-5ers make in a year, yeah.
Dude, the fact that, you know what I like about this is like Ludwig's a huge streamer, obviously. But like there's people in this room that are bigger streamers than him, right? Lacey, all the old FaZe guys, Lacey, Stable Ronaldo, Jason Lewine, whatever, right? All these huge guys, and like you could hear some of them, like even their reactions are crazy to his expenses and to the amount of money he makes. Which is just like there's levels to this, man. You got to be doing this for a while at the top, be really good at the business side of things to really, really make like the big bucks, you know?
$359,000. This was just for the month of June, yes. Question.
That's exactly what a 9-to-5 making a year.
Like that was Jason, I'm pretty sure, that said, oh fuck.
That is way more than most 9-to-5ers make in a year, yeah.
I think that was Lacey that asked that. How much do you make? Like these are huge streamers asking this, which is crazy. Like these expenses and income are blowing them away, which is just hilarious. Most people don't have any payrolls or expenses. So Airid did talk about this. There's a few things related to this episode that Airid said that I'm going to parrot because I edited his reaction video about it.
All right, now's the fun part, guys. Now's the fun part. How much do you get to make?
How much you make?
You get to make, y'all? All right, this was the event that I did, by the way. That's why some of the costs were higher. The payroll's normal. I did an event called MCSR Ranked World Championships. It's a Minecraft speedrunning event. Anyway, let's talk about how much I made. How did I pay for all of that? Well, good news for me. Merch sales.
He made nothing on merch, by the way.
Wow.
Not bad.
Most of these people only have to pay a cameraman, and people like Lacey don't even have to pay rent. I think they do pay rent now. They don't have like the face house. Like their house, they all pay for, I believe. He didn't sell merch. That's all leftover stuff. Yeah, that is true. But even still, I'm surprised his leftover stuff didn't get to 10K, honestly. Because their website's really good. They have like a decent amount of merch, you know, even just like leftover stuff, I feel like usually. But maybe they were like really thin on stuff, so. Like I would expect Ludwig, with the amount of different merch lines and stuff, to make at least 10K a month, even on just leftovers. You know what's crazy? So, I'm pretty sure, unless it's included in YouTube, I don't think it is though. That's what I was about to say. He didn't include Patreon from the Yard, and I believe that's a 6-way split. The Yard Patreon. Where do I see? Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I think it's a 6-way split. Maybe he only gets 10%, but I thought they just divide it evenly. I thought Zipper and Archie both get just like it used to be. No way Archie's pay went down. Archie's pay went down? Why would they do that to him? Wait, where'd you get this info from? I feel like that doesn't seem like a thing they would do. Unless there's somebody else, unless there's more people making money from it now. Like, unless they have, like, a different Patreon editor now or something, or you have a good source. I feel like they wouldn't nuke his money, though. No? Am I crazy? I don't know. It just does not seem like a thing they would do. What's your good source? You have to leak it. Or at least DM it to me on Discord. If you don't want it leaked. I can go look at it. Because that's so surprising. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Pranaya Garang. Hello. No leak? No, just tell. Wait, no, no, don't leak. I'm saying message it to me. Because then I'm not going to show, like, my Discord is off on stream. I'm not going to, like, say what it is. I don't know. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Unless he makes more from the YouTube side. I think what could be possible is he makes 10%, maybe, unless he got changed from 10% Patreon to more YouTube ad rev, which I could see them doing. But I don't think they would take away his money. But let's just say it was a 6-way split evenly. That's an extra 45K that isn't listed on here, by the way. And I do get what you're saying, Lex. That's just a separate business. Kind of, yes. DM'd. Okay, let me see. Oh. Wait, I think I did know this. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Maybe then I think I did know that, actually. Now that you say that, it sparked a memory. I think that maybe they would just say we split it 6 ways because it's just an easy way to explain it. Does that make sense? Like the Yard in general would just, you know, instead of actually breaking it down, we're just like this, you know what I mean? Like maybe it never changed. Is also a possibility, you know? Like maybe it was always that amount, but they just like, it was just an easier way to explain it on the podcast. But that's an extra 40, like 3K a month, I think the number was. And like, I get what you're saying, Lex, that that's a separate business. And he probably didn't want to work in like, oh, I also make podcast money. But I think it would have been cool to like, for the number to go up. Well, I guess once you're over $1 million, another 50K is like insane amounts of money, obviously. But the big number here is the YouTube and the sponsorships, right? That's what really matters. So an extra 50K isn't like doesn't make the number look more gaudy or anything. And I think he wants these people to focus on the content they're making, like streaming and then turning it into videos, rather than, oh, I should also start a podcast and split my time even more, you know? Which is probably the reason why he didn't include anything on the Yard on here. Because he also probably gets some Yard YouTube money and then like 43K or whatever from the Patreon. So that'd be my guess, is that he's like, you know, fucking, that he's like, just doesn't include on here because his goal isn't to get them to go start a podcast. God, we do not need any more streamers with podcasts. But if it's a class on streaming, a goal necessary ingredient should be to start a podcast. No, yeah, I get what you mean. Like, I think that like it like would detract, right? If it said podcast in here, then people would be like, oh, I can make 50K from a podcast. Well, I just said streamer. I didn't say white guys. I said we don't need another streamer with a podcast. I don't give a fuck if you're white or not. Streamers are brain rotted people. Have you watched Streamer University? Every streamer, from a fucking white 16-year-old to a 35-year-old black guy. It doesn't matter. They're all fucking, most of them are public nuisances. Not some of them are in a negative way, but like, streamers are just so, every streamer is a streamer, right? Like, they're just streamers. Like, there's Ludwig talks about it, there's a level of delusion of ego, whatever, to streamers, and like, streamers are just brain rotted across the entire spectrum. Like, no matter what. Like, you know, like, across any spectrum you want to put them on. You know? Like, they're just streamers. They're a little exhausting. I do it. Like, I trust me, I get it. I'm streaming wanting people to click and watch me. Like, that's, like, I promise we do not need any more streamers in any niche to do podcasts. We need more 4 black guys podcasts, tired of 4 white guys and a mic. There are so many, I promise you there are so many 4 black guys podcasts. You just have not found them or don't go looking for them. But I promise if you're really like, damn, I'm really trying to like watch a podcast of 4 black dudes with a mic, I promise there's so many options. We have too many podcasts, period. 4 white guys, 4 black guys, 2 white girls, there's probably 10 black girl podcasts. Yeah, it just, there's so many. 3 Mexican guy podcasts. Like, you know, like, it doesn't, there's, I promise you, any amount of people, any sexual orientation, any race, any nationality, any amount of people, man, woman, gay, straight, I promise you, the podcast exists. There are just too many goddamn podcasts. And you know what? If I ever make it in streaming YouTube, I'm going to be the 10 millionth white guy with a podcast. You know why? Because if you've already made it and make a podcast, it's just free money. We need like a 1 white guy, a black girl, and a Latina podcast. Now, you could be cooking. A melting pot. The melting pot. Oh my God. We're going to get like an 8-person podcast, and it's going to be mixing as many cultures and backgrounds as possible. White guy is gay, by the way. Well, there you go. That yeah, exists 100%. It probably does, because every corner of the universe has a podcast. Every single corner of the universe. But, like I said, if I ever make it, if I ever become an established streamer and YouTuber, god damn, I'm starting a podcast. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Because once you've made it, starting a podcast is just free money, man. And also the good thing about it is, like, it's such an easy way to put, like, someone on, too, and stuff, and, yeah. Hear me out? Oh, God. He said hear me out twice. It's gonna be the worst idea ever. Adish, Yumi, and Lex. Podcast. Wow. That sounds like a terrible... 4 white guys and a mic. You said you didn't want that. Anyways. Let us continue. Ooh. Aidish is Ludwig, I'm Slime, you're Nick, and Lex is Aiden. Is that the correct? See, I think you know what I think is bad? I think we wouldn't have a Ludwig. I think that you and Aidish are both Slime. I do think if I was on a podcast, I would just sit there and drop some one-line bangers. I think that's kind of accurate. I think I can see the Lex Aiden thing a little bit. But I think you and Aidish both embody parts of Slime, and no one is like Ludwig, really. Mostly because we don't have the big name to be the Ludwig to make everyone watch the podcast. Anyways, let's keep looking through how much money he makes.
This includes YouTube live streams, shorts, and videos, 270,000.
Like, that's Lacey saying that, you know? Like, I love when, like, someone that's a bigger streamer than Ludwig, CCV-wise, is watching this, and they, like, react so crazy to what he said.
He's been in there 8 hours. Hasn't said a word. I can make him talk.
You said
Dude,
irrelevant.
Come on, what are you doing?
Oh!
So, robbing the bank and 2 security guards, I mean, that must be pretty hard, right?
Right, no, so it's actually pretty easy.
He's been in there 8
Wait, that would be genius, actually. Someone should do that. Like, to catch a predator, but instead of predators, it's people doing not predator crimes, and you catch them on a podcast. Dude, that might be genius. Lace doesn't really make YouTube. Well, yeah, most of these new big streamers do suck at YouTube, which is why this man is doing this class. But it's just crazy that, like, Lacey makes a lot of money, obviously. A shit ton of money. Big streamer. And hearing, like, these huge streamers react, I just like it. It's like, damn. There are really folks that just know the game. Like Ludwig.
Twitch gonna be smaller for me, guys. I do not make as much on Twitch, 57,000. I only run about 6 minutes of ads an hour. I have 9,500 subs.
Smaller.
That's about what you make for that.
Smaller, by the way. That's going to be my yearly income this year because of how little Aatrox's uploading on Big A. By the way, smaller. He said, my Twitch is going to be smaller. I know he means in comparison to YouTube, but like, oh my God. That just put a shock into my chest and pressed the trigger 5 times. Boom, 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 boom. That's what he just did to me.
Though, I made a pivot in my life. I decided I wanted to stop being viewer funded. All right.
Okay, you know what's crazy? Actually, I'll let him finish this.
I had the most subs any
It's
streamer
about
did.
this, though.
I had like an average of 20, 30,000 subscribers. I ran a higher density of ads. And then I said, you know what? I don't feel good as a multimillionaire getting these people to pay me money. I didn't like getting 100 gifts. It made me feel weird. I'm going to start pivoting to get most of my bread from sponsors. That's the biggest cut of this. Okay, I'm a Red Bull athlete. I have an AT&T sponsorship, and I also have an Alienware partnership. These are long-term partnerships. All right, and I do one-off deals as well, as you guys do. This number's 800,000. Okay?
That is whoa moment.
You can break through 1.1 mil. Okay?
I like it. The only person that I feel like didn't react to this, the sponsorships is crazy, but like the YouTube thing, the only person that didn't hear react was Adapt because, bro, like 2014, 2015 Adapt, he knows about that YouTube money, man. Adapt knows about that YouTube money. Holy shit, he was making so much. In like the New York Face House and shit. Oh my God. He's the only one that I didn't hear react to this amount of money. And you know it's because he knows about that. And this is even 2014 YouTube money. I still think it's crazy that Rebel and AT&T get an Alienware, give him 800K a month. A month is insane. A month? You know, Ludwig is pretty safe in terms of like, he's not going to do things that are, like, actually bad. But I do think, what I was going to say, there's 2 things that I think people overblow. The first thing is that Ludwig is, like, the super fence-sitter brand safe guy. It's just that, like, I don't really think so. Like, Ludwig does, like, a decent amount of stream. Like, the things he, like, cares about, like, a lot, especially a lot of, like, trans right, trans activism and stuff he does. Like, he doesn't shy away from that, but, like, I think people don't realize that, like, as long as your opinion isn't, like, hey, I think this group of people should fucking die, and, like, your content isn't, like, hey, I'm going to, like, ruin this family of four's entire year for this one clip, sponsors aren't scared of you. Like, Ludwig says a lot of shit. Like, he calls people terrorists all the time and stuff, and, like, it doesn't scare away these sponsors. Like, there's a line. Like, I don't think Ludwig is, like, the most brand-safe person ever. Valkyrae is more brand-safe than Ludwig by a lot. And she, don't get me wrong, probably makes a shit ton from sponsors as well. But, like, Ludwig is definitely not the most safe guy. He just doesn't do the, like, absurd shit. Like, people be like, I think people overblow. Their group is literally called F-Slur, yeah. People overblow, like, the Ludwig is, like, a fence sitter. Like, I know, like, Squeak says it has a bit about him, but, like, Squeak's fence sits the same amount as Ludwig. Like, if there's something that's, like, someone being homophobic or racist, like, yeah, I'll be like, yeah, that is bad. Fuck that person. Like, I don't know. I feel like people don't actually understand what fence sitting is. Not to dick ride Ludwig. I just feel like people too hard. Ludwig is, like, I wrote him on my GOATs list, but you know what I mean. Like, not to, like, give him too much credit for stuff. Like, he's not the most outspoken individual. Like, but, like, he makes his beliefs and his, like, he's talked about who he votes for and stuff. And, like, he does all this stuff. And, like, people overblow it because he has a lot of sponsorships. But, like, just because he's not Asmongold and thinks that, like, people that aren't white should be, like, murdered in the streets. People are like, he fence sits, he's so safe, he's vanilla fence. Like, I don't get it, man. He's just, like, a normal human, I feel like, that, like, is, like, believes that people just, like, kind of have rights, have human rights, and, yeah. And it's just, like, he called out a guy who made the video about the transgender, kind of people who probably don't like trans people. I don't want to push onto, like, these streamers I know nothing about that, like, oh, they don't like trans people, but, like, him calling it out, yeah, like, that is not, like, if you want to technically talk about being safe for all brands, calling out a guy for, rightfully, for his transphobic video is a good thing to do. And, like, that's probably gonna, he's probably not gonna get, like, an Oakley sponsorship because he did that. Is Oakley, like, a really, like, right-leaning brand? I don't know. You know what I mean, though? Like, technically, if you want to get real technical, like, fucking Budweiser probably won't sponsor him because he's done a stream. He's done charity streams for the Trevor Project. And he's calling out this dude for, rightfully, for a transphobic, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to talk about truly fence-sitting, right? He would have, you know what, the action, if he was a true fence sitter, when that guy pressed him about the video, he would have said, you uploaded a bad Fortnite video that got 328 views. That's what he would have said. That would have been the answer to that guy asking him to call him out. If he actually was, like, a true fence sitter. But people on Twitter just, like, it's just, like, the lowest hanging fruit because that's been, like, the thing is, like, oh, fence sitter, holy shit, fence sitter, fence fitter. Oh my god. That's a tongue twister. Say it 5 times fast. Fence sitter is, like, the thing that's so easy to, like, if you want to put in a tweet where, like, maybe you don't like Ludwig if you didn't like Ludwig that much, right? But you, like, have to give him props because you thought his class was good. The easiest thing to do to show, like, people on Twitter or Reddit are like, I don't even like this big streamer, is being like, even though he's a fence sitter and I don't like him, he did this good, and then start glazing him. It's such a good way to do, like, the backhanded compliment or, like, the insult sandwich with the compliment in between, you know? And I just feel like it's kind of an L take for someone that is, like, very pro trans, an ally in general. Like, he doesn't, you know, like, just because he doesn't do shit like Sneeko does, where he's like, yeah, I think the age of consent should be 13. Like, just because he doesn't say that doesn't, I don't know. I feel like the fence sitter thing is overblown. And the other thing is, like, there's a, like, small minority. Maybe if you stuck to your schedule, you wouldn't need this class and would have 30 average viewers. We're working on it. Can't you give me some grace? Like, you're here for the first time in, like, a month, Eddie. Like, people low-key forgot that you're even a VIP in my stream, you know? People were talking about it. Like, can't you give me a little grace? I've streamed so many days in a row. I've been doing 4-hour streams. Like, come on, man. Fake statement? That's just what people said, not me. I would never say that. I value you a lot as a viewer. I do. That's why you have the pink diamond. Or the white diamond on the pink background. I haven't been here in a month because you haven't streamed in a month. He doesn't even know about me going live. He turned off all my noties. This is so sad. Steven Universe reference? I haven't watched Steven Universe. I'm sorry. I'm 28. Pink, Diamond, and White. He was a fucking demon in Multiverses, though. I think people call him a fence sitter are the ones who spend their time on Twitter all day arguing with people, where in real life, people fence sit all the time because why would you just keep shutting your mouth, shouting your beliefs all the time everywhere? I think that is true. And also, on the internet, specifically Twitter, Reddit, wherever else, nuance does not exist. Like, there's a place to fall on everything, right? Like, but on Twitter, it just is gone. Like, it's just completely gone, the idea of nuance at all. So, like, if someone gives a nuanced... people want everyone to be like Hassan because it's exhausting to be Hassan. Yeah, I'm not like a Hassan... I don't really watch Hassan like that. But, in general, like, Hassan is, like... I know that Hassan is very matter-of-fact and, like, I think this. I'm gonna argue all day for this. 0 or 100. No nuance. The definition of nuance would be like, okay. I never, like just in general. The definition of nuance. I thought you meant like give it an example. Nuance is the $5 word for yes. Nuance is just context. Like it is like, if the best way I can describe nuance is like, if there's an issue, right? And this is the complete extreme on one side, this is the complete extreme on the other. Anywhere in between is nuance. Like, maybe someone does something bad, right? Maybe like, let's say a clip comes out from Streamer University, and it's someone doing something bad. Instead of being like, I saw a clip of this person doing something bad, I think they should die. Nuance is like, okay, they did this shitty clip. It is a shitty clip. I don't like that the way they were in this. I don't like the way they presented themselves. It makes me question a lot about them. But they're like a 17-year-old person streaming. They're 24/7 at this event, and you know they have room to grow. Or maybe like I think they should be like they should be rightfully reprimanded for it, but shouldn't die. They shouldn't be banished off the internet forever. They shouldn't be punished for the next 70 years of their life for this bad. That's like what would nuance be in like these situations at Streamer University. Yes, just a slight degree indifference, feeling, everything. So like nuance is like, okay, this person did this bad thing, but I like maybe I don't think that means they should get the death penalty, or well, so yes, I do get what you mean, Buck. Yes, but I think the nuance in that, in terms of nuance, more comes from like the title of the video is transphobic rather than the content, but that doesn't mean the person who made it should literally be hung. Does that make sense? I think that's where like the nuance would come in. More so. I heard a guy with your voice in New York, and I started looking quickly for bald men. You probably wouldn't have found me then, because I'm not bald. I'm not bald, so like that doesn't really make any sense. Well, Buckley, I think the transphobic part was more so the title of the video, which is worse than, like, not worse, but like the content of the video being transphobic doesn't really matter. That, I guess that is a nuance, but the content, but like the title is what you see before you click on the video. Does that make sense? So like if someone uploaded a video of them playing, like let's say someone made a video of them playing like Elden Ring, right? It's so quiet in this stream. I know I don't have music on. I didn't expect this conversation to go this long. I don't even know how we got here. But if someone made a video that was like a video of them doing like an Elden Ring, like Millennia hitless run, and titled it I hate blank what some group of people. I don't want to say it so you guys don't clip that one sentence and take me out of context. But like, it doesn't matter if there's no content of that in the video. Does that make sense? Just because the packaging is transphobic is the issue. But I think the nuance comes in I think Ludwig said that he like talked to this dude, like, I know he talked to him on stream, but also off stream. And like, he was like, yeah, I'm not like, I don't like the guy. And like, the video is transphobic. But he's like, I don't think this dude should literally be like hung, you know? Does that make sense? And that's where the nuance comes in, which that's what I mean with like Twitter hates. Like, I don't think that's fence sitting. Like, I don't think like that's what I mean. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm talking about, Buckley, where like I think the fence sitting stuff is like kind of dumb. Yeah, I don't know. It was just a transphobic title. Just like, that's all. Yeah. But like I just mean that, yeah, just being annoying, exactly. But when I say like I don't know. I think people overblow the fence sitting thing because it's an easy thing to like give someone credit, like Ludwig, if they still don't like him, to be like, oh well, he's a fence sitter, but he did this good thing and this good thing and this good thing, like at Streamer University. But just to be like, I don't like the big streamer, you know? It's a very Twitter thing. And then the only other thing I was gonna say was that there's like a vocal minority of people on the internet as a whole that are still in like the 2014 YouTube brain where they just hate when someone has sponsorships, which I don't get, because every platform has worked its way up and up and up to like to extract as much money of the viewer. To get as much money from the viewer as possible. And I think Ludwig's approach of, hey, I'm going to take sponsors. I'm going to have a Red Bull mic and a Red Bull fridge behind me. I'm going to have a little banner on my stream that has like AT&T and Alienware on it. And this way I don't have to run 15 minutes of ads an hour. I don't have to run like I don't have to beg for subs. I can make my YouTube memberships $1. I can pay my mods with all the donations that I get from stream and stuff. Like, I think that is like, I don't have to do subathons where I beg for subs. I think that is like a way better method, because these platforms want to make people sub more because they get a cut of it. They want you to run more ads because they get a cut of it. They want to make the viewing experience worse and more expensive for the viewer because they get more money. So I think this is a wholly good approach, but there's a vocal minority of people that just remember the old internet where it was cringe for anybody to take any sponsor on YouTube or stream, and they conflate that to be like, oh, nobody can have, you know, and they still have this belief that like sponsorship bad. Sponsorship is good. It doesn't stop Ludwig from like being himself at all. Like, he still tells people to like he still tells people that they should eat shit and die, and he calls people like terrorists that are like stream slipping him on like Valorant or something. And like, that's not a brand safe sentence, you know? It's not like he's just like a shell of a streamer to be brand safe. It hasn't changed. I've watched Ludwig for so long. Sponsorships haven't changed how we like approach his content at all. Like he had all of these sponsorships when he did, like I was saying earlier, when he did like his the last like however many times, like the last handful of times he's done his Trevor Project charity streams. And like, if you want to appeal to actually every brand, like doing streams for the Trevor Project is technically going to drive away these like Republican ass brands. But like, why would he care about that when he's like a actual like decent person and cares more about trans rights, which he should, and like supporting that group of people. And so like, I think that annoys me when people like take this dishonest approach of like, oh, like this fence sitting person that plays it so safe for the brands, when like technically, like if you wanted to be sponsored by like I said, like Bud Light, yeah, or something, like technically, if that is your main goal, to get as many sponsors as possible, it would technically be bad to do a stream for a transgender rights charity. But like, he does it because he like believes in it and is like he's done charity streams for Palestine relief before. That is not a good thing to do a charity stream for if your only goal is to be as brand safe as possible to get as many sponsorships as possible. So I just think it's a low-hanging fruit. Yeah, he's done that. Yeah. I believe Fast 52 was Immune Deficiency Foundation, which he, I think before he realized he was calling it the IDF, because that's what it's called. That's like literally what the Immune Deficiency Foundation is called. They need to clarify that. And it was Palestinian Relief, and it was the Red Bull one that like Grand Pooh Bear does, the Wings of Redemption. You know what I mean? I think it's what something like, no, that's a YouTuber. What the fuck is it called? Something Wings. That's a fucking YouTuber, I'm pretty sure. Something Wings though. I didn't like Ludwig before Stream University, but I really like him now. I think that... Oh, wait. Can I open... Carly, before I reply to that. Are the cats... Or is Tio in with you or no? I really want to open my door. It's so hot in my room. I'm sweating crazy style. But if they're both out there, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. I'll do it later. But, I think that a lot of the... I think Twitter does not like Ludwig. They don't like most big streamers. And I think that's like, I don't know. I think that like, I've always liked Ludwig. I think he like, for a couple of reasons, but no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll be okay. You don't have to find him. I promise it's fine. I can deal with it. I promise. But yeah, I think Ludwig has always activated for activist for things that I like. Like, he's been a big, since his entire career, big trans rights guy. I also like that he, like, doesn't ego. Like, he'll do a lot of things with small streamers. I think that's really cool. And yeah, I don't know. He just, like, I think he gives a lot of grace to people, which I like. Like, there's a lot of things, like Vanilla's your GOAT, right? You don't have to have him in, I promise. It's okay. Like, Vanilla's, like, your GOAT. I really like that, like, you know, she, like, didn't do the last day of streamer games last year because of, like, anxiety and stuff, and he was just like, yeah, like, that's okay. Like, you know what I mean? I like stuff like that, because, like, that did fuck up the event, right? Like, she was, like, the biggest name on Twitch at the time. But it's, like, he doesn't really care about that, because I think that, in general, he seems to be a person that puts the person themselves before, like, the streamer, which I like a lot. Which, so, yeah, which I like, which I feel like a lot of streamers don't do, especially new streamers that are, like, big clip farmers and stuff. Which I like. Which is also why, out of the new streamers, why, like, I really like Arky. I think Arky is an awesome streamer. Like, I don't know, I just like when, it's also SSRIs, which, make you incredibly hot, so it's a huge health risk for it. Yeah, and I think that, like, whatever reason, it's, like, valid, but it's also, like, it does kind of blow, obviously, for the person that's putting on the event, because, like, one of the biggest like, there's people that went there just to, like, see her, and, like, you know, you have to, like, fix it. People shouldn't be mean to her about it. I'm not saying that, but I like that, like, it didn't result, like, he put the reasons why she couldn't go as, like, on a human level above, like, you know, what it would do for, like, a lot of people at the event to see her. Because, like, one, she was obviously, like, fucking huge when it happened, and, like, her fans travel, let me tell you. Like, anytime she's anywhere, everyone, you know, like, anyone's like, oh my god, Vanilla. And then also, on top of that, just, like, not treating it with any sort of animosity or anything, just because of, like, putting the person first, which I think a lot of audiences of streamers don't do, and then even more so a lot of especially new streamers don't do. And I like someone that, like, does that, like, constantly will put the person before the actual human, before, like, the streamer that they are, you know? Like, it mattered more that, like, I think, like, it was pretty clear that it mattered more that, like, she was chill and all right, and, like, rather than, like, oh, I need you here for, like, the success of the event. Like, it was more important, like, hey, like, you're good, like, take care of yourself. And I like that, because I think, like I said, especially a lot of new streamers, like the clip farmers and stuff, don't do that, which I appreciate a lot. And yeah, I do also like that as he got bigger, like, he used to stream in his old room, like, he had, like, I also do just like that, like, I think it's very easy. Obviously everybody should be, like, an LGBTQ ally, but I think it's really easy to be like, yeah, like, I like gay people, right? But I think it's also, I like that, like, he hasn't shied away from, like, being, like, a very strong like trans ally and advocate, even as he's gotten bigger. Which I feel like stuff like that's for some reason controversial. Don't know why, but like Republican people just fucking hate trans people for some reason, especially like gay people in general, but especially trans people, and I like that too. I like that a lot. So I don't know. But yeah, I don't know why I got on a Ludwig'S sesh, but I just like that. Walk the walk, not just talk the talk. Yeah. Like like I like that like Buckley, yeah. Like it's really nice to give Aiden a spot on the podcast, even though he's bi. W ally. But yeah, like I think the last time he did a Trevor Project stream, one of his like long time viewers passed away. And she was transgender, and he like did a whole like huge like Trevor Project stream and stuff. And I like stuff like that. I like walking the walk. That's exactly what it is. Like he's not just like, oh, I support trans people. Like he does walk the walk with like things he like really does believe in and whatnot, which I think is good, and I like that. And just treating people like humans, which is like what I said. Like, treating them as a human before the streamer. Which is, like I said, why I like Arky, right? Even Yugi, too. I think Yugi's cool. But, like, I feel like Arky, out of, like, all the new people, like, the clip farm people and stuff, those two seem like good people that, like, really actually do, like, treat people like people first. Like, there was a clip, like, obviously they're gonna clip farm and be, like, high energy and whatever else at, like, Stream University. That's, like, what the event is for, right? But I saw a clip of like Yugi, like they were going around and like just like banging on people's door, like just classic fucking whatever ding dong ditch stuff or whatever. And he did it on a dorm door, and it was the older lady, the I Love Puzzles lady, and he like, and like afterwards he like realized, like once he like saw the clip that it was her room and like from her stream, he like went to her room and like apologized a bunch, but then also like helped her with like setup stuff and was like and stuff like that. And I was like, that's someone putting like he didn't just go say sorry like for like his stream or something because people are giving him shit. Like he like did the time and like the actions of like making up for like doing that to her, which I like. You know what I mean? Like he doing they were just like going down the thing doing it, and then he like did it on. And like scared her a little bit when it happened because she was like streaming in her dorm, and he like did the actions of like making up for it, because it's different to do it to like Canel or someone, whoever, right? That's like doing the same type of content to you as you are, than to like somebody that isn't, right? And so I like that he like did the action of it instead of just going on stream and be like, shit, I'm sorry, I love puzzles, like I didn't try to like and just giving like a half-ass apology to like his stream so people get off his ass for it. Would you do streamer year next year? No, I'm not a streamer you guy, bro. I don't have that dog in me. I don't have that dog in me, man. Also, it's in Europe and I don't like flying. But I don't have that dog in me at all. Yeah, it's in Europe next year, I saw. I wouldn't go because I love America. Wait, W American Love. But yeah, I like that from, no, next one's in Europe. No, this one was in, like, Arkansas, I'm pretty sure, or something. I don't know. Something like that. Nebraska, maybe? I don't know. It was 2 hours away from me. You should have gone. Well, because they have to get, like, part of an entire campus, right? Like, it's not the whole campus, but, like, 2 separate dorm buildings, I'm pretty sure. Or a dorm building. A couple of class buildings. They have to have, like, there's a lot of, like, there's so much that goes into this. But yeah. Anyways. But yeah, out of the new people, Arky and Yugi I like a lot. And then, yeah, Ludwig's the go, man.
Now,
let's keep watching, though. This is somehow longer. We did all the homework on day 1. And this is somehow long. This has been a longer,
this
like,
is the top 100
segment. That's crazy.
It is not just a flex, although I am flexing. It is because this is what you get to see. This is what people love to show you. They love to show you the top 100. But you guys aren't top 100. Not all of you, at least.
I'm so close to top 100, though, guys.
What does Miss Top 1000 look like? I'm keeping this person anonymous. These stats are real, though. This person is a gamer. They average 1,200 viewers. All right? They stream 130 hours. Their sub count is 1,600. And if you go to Twitch Tracker, you guys can all do this later, by the way. TwitchTracker.com. Look up your Twitch channel name. They will tell you what number you are. If your number is lower, they might tell you what percentile you are in. Okay?
You're good, bro. You should have gone. You should have gone.
Anyway, this is a real person who is in the top 1,000. They're not exactly 1,000, but they're close to it. Right. This is all of their viewership.
Who do we think this is?
All right. How much do they make? How much does a top 1,000 streamer get? Sponsorships, $0. Asked them why. They said they think their agency's ass. They haven't had a deal. Okay. It's a much different number. YouTube, 150.
How little?
Only 150. They're not posting really long-form videos. They're mostly doing shorts. There's not a lot of revenue coming from the YouTube. They're more of a streamer than a creator with multiple verticals. All right? Twitch, 10,000.
They pick someone bad for this?
That's a good amount of money. That's comparable to what I'm making. I'm making 10,000 as well.
Quarter Jade. Oh, did she say it was her?
And
is
if
it
you
her?
go back to the hours a week, that was your question. They stream 130 hours. 130 hours.
Or are you just guessing?
For the
That's
month,
not a
it's all
bad
the month of
guess.
June. So in total, this top 1,000 streamer made $10,250. That's a good amount of money.
That is a
right?
good amount of money.
You make $100K a year being
No.
a streamer. That's not
I mean,
bad.
I think that's a good guess, honestly.
All right. Well,
I'm reading
let's
his
go one
chat.
further. Let's go to top 10,000, Mr. 10,000. This streamer is a variety streamer. It's a real person. It's real stats.
But it seems
They
right.
average
Yeah, that
150
could definitely be
viewers.
it.
Maybe some of you in this room.
I don't.
have
Well,
a
I think the
similar
thing
amount.
is, I don't know their YouTube presence. Like, I don't know. Like, these people, like, their views are their views I don't like. Or like, I could. Yeah, that makes sense. They're around there for like the people chat saying. I just don't know their YouTube game at all. You know.
80 hours.
I think you should have picked someone who also posts on YouTube regularly. Well, I think he wanted to find people as close to the number as he could, but also, like, there's different people, right? Like, this person, Mr. 10,000, I'll spoil this when he shows the income. This is Nandre, by the way. Mr. 10,000 doesn't do YouTube stuff, which most of these people in this room don't. So, like, I think that's what he's trying to, like, you know, show to people. Does that make sense?
The most of me or top 1,000. That's their sub count. That's how many years they've been doing it. All right. Let's check the revenue for June. Sponsorship, 700. Okay. They actually made some effort to get a deal. That makes sense. They've been doing it 6 years.
This is also way
They have
more
better-
money than someone for this viewer would normally have. Nandre talked about it. He has like a long form thing with like a popcorn, like a kettle corn place. He talked about it on Twitter. But this is more money than someone a month would probably get from sponsorships for this amount of viewers. For sure, actually. Not even probably, for sure. He's like in the top of the top for people around 10,000, for sure.
Relationships to get sponsors. YouTube, $0. They have no YouTube presence at all.
That's not good, man.
That's not good.
Twitch, $3,000. Grand total, $3,700. All right.
Well, I think the point would have been better if the top 1,000 also made YouTube videos because top 100 is pretty unrealistic for everyone that in this room. But, well, so I think the idea is that if you do everything, right? Ludwig's at the top of the top. You do everything. You can make that much money. But there's a stark difference between him and top 1,000, who is probably going to be doing more so. Like, I think he tried to make it as realistic. Well, he used himself. Best way to get the numbers. But then he tried to make it more realistic to what people at this range do, right? Like, most top 1,000 people have bad YouTube game. Everyone around 10,000 pretty much does. Does that make sense? I think that's why. I don't think it's... because the point of this lesson isn't to show you can still make this much money as a top 1,000 streamer. It's that I make it... His lesson is I make a shit ton of money. Right? But if you're top 1,000, you won't. You'll make good money, but you won't. If you are top 10,000... you won't make a shit ton of money. You'll make enough to get by. Ludwig isn't realistic though. He is a streamer. Every video he does is streamed. Well, I guess except for like tip to tip. Like, he started as a streamer. He just pioneered the stream to YouTube video. You just know him as a YouTuber. He's def a streamer. Yeah, Buckley, you just know him as a YouTuber, which makes sense because YouTube is so big because he streams for videos and his videos are good. But he's always been streamer first guy. He makes his money from YouTuber, maybe, but he's always been streamer first. Yes, but this is more real. You're trying, like, I don't think he should do, oh, what's the person around 10,000 I can find that makes the most money? That's not his goal with this lesson. His goal isn't like, let me find an outlier around 10,000. This is what most people around 10,000 make, because 700 is way more than they would get for sponsorships. If you're someone that's streaming to 150 average viewers, your YouTube game probably isn't good. Or it might be more than 0. No, they make 10,000 a month. I don't think so. Maybe they should have some sponsorship money. Maybe an extra, like, they'd have an extra 1,000 or maybe 2,000 in there from sponsorships. But still, I think most people around 1,000, that is what they make. Because even people that are around the 1,000th biggest streamer aren't that big YouTubers. Like, they might get like 500 from it, but they're not that big on YouTube. They're not that good at YouTube, or else they'd probably be a bigger streamer. They'd probably be averaging like 5K. Look at someone like Super. Super's YouTube does well. Super steadily, year over year, climbs in average viewers, right? Because he has a YouTube presence. Even if his videos are just like cut up funny moments from every day from stream, he has a YouTube presence. Look at PGE. PGE has passed whoever Miss 1000 was, because PGE does the same thing Super does with his videos. He uploads just like funny cut-ups. Like, and like he's already passing the Miss 1000. There's some outliers that have big YouTubers and small streams. Yeah, for sure. And those are all like outliers, exactly. And like they will probably, but like shorts are a thing of like, you could have a shorts, if you had an insane shorts game, you're still probably only making like maybe $50 from YouTube a month, you know? Like shorts make 0 money. So it might grow their stream a little bit, or their YouTube might be a big channel, but their shorts are getting like nothing, you know? I feel like a better person, Buckley, I think you don't understand that like most people around 1,000 don't make videos a lot of videos. Or if they do, maybe they're around 1,000 right now, but they're going to go past that. They're steadily climbing past it. So he found someone that is just a general top 1,000 streamer, because these are all streamers, you know? And I do think that comparison could be good. I do agree, like if you had a separate slide that was like, this is a top 1,000 streamer, this is Miss Top 1,000, this is a different Miss Top 1,000, these people are 3 numbers apart on streamer charts, but this person does YouTube and they make, 2,000 more a month. Like, that would be a good lesson to teach, but I think the general point of this lesson isn't, like, this part of the money thing isn't about YouTube money necessarily. It's about, let's be realistic about how much money you will probably make, you know? It's not like the top 1,000 who does YouTube is making, like, triple what the Miss 1,000 that doesn't does. It's just that, like, they'd make a little more, you know? They'd make a little more, but in general, the point of this lesson is, like, the money you are thinking of, you will not hit, basically. So you have to love streaming and like streaming to, like, maybe top 1,000 is possible. I think you're trying to teach too many, like, you want him to teach everything in 3 slides, which is just not good for teaching or for learning. The point of this lesson is not that, like, the whole class as a whole is, hey, make some fucking money, do YouTube stuff. But the point of this part of the lesson is be realistic about what your income will be. And, like, are you just trying to be rich, or do you want to hit, like, do you like streaming, and would you love streaming for this income level? You're not going to make the money I make. Would you love streaming for this is, like, the point, you know?
I need you to put this into perspective. That is a top 10,000 streamer in the world.
Right.
That is not a small streamer. That is a big streamer. How many streamers are there in the world? Anyone have a guess?
Oh, wait.
Guess, 100,000.
You know what he didn't put on here? Let's look at the income of Mr. 461,958. By income from Twitch? Don't mean to brag. Just a calm 33 bucks a month about. Hey, sponsorships 0. YouTube, if I upload, let's say if I upload, let's say 200 a month. If I upload that month, yeah, let's say 200. Just averaging out my last few videos. Sponsorship 0. Twitch income about like 30. I'd say like 30 to 40 a month. Don't mean to brag. Don't mean to flex. Try like what, 240. That's kind of all of it, huh? Hey, if you're around me, if you're around 461,958th, I know I'm technically using the wrong website, but still, if you're around there, just know, that's what you're getting. I'm kind of rich. Don't mean to flex on you guys. I kind of make money from this whole streaming shit. It's just what I do. What can I say?
In the month of June, how many people went live? 5 million. Just on Twitch. 5 million?
What can I say?
It's not a bad guess, Jason. You're wrong. Oh my God.
You didn't tell me we were rich? Yeah. Yeah. Like 240 bucks a month, you know. Hey, you know what? I'm in a pretty high percentage, though. Based on average viewers. I'm in a pretty high percentage. I'm 461,000. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
4 million. Top 10,000.
And that's just for the month of June. Wow. Wait, hold on. Am I up next?
3,000. They're making about 40K a year, right? Roughly 40K a year. And that's top 10,000 in the world. Okay? The numbers aren't wrong. People trick you. They say stream makes a lot of money. It does. Right. For me. But this whole streaming system is rich gets richer. The top makes a fuck ton. When a
I submitted you for new streamer of the year, hidden gem. Let's fucking go. I actually love that. Thank you, Buckley.
They're trying to hit up iShow Speed, then they go, that's out of our budget. Then they go down the list. They go down the list until eventually they're stuck with me.
Dude, iShow Speed performed at the World Cup closing ceremony. That is the most insane sentence I think I've ever said. That's fucking crazy. I can't believe I never mentioned. That's just genuinely unbelievable. That dude is like a genuine, like, global, like, celebrity. That's fucking crazy. Anyways.
Alright. So I just need you guys to internalize this. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you want to be a streamer?
He used to set off fireworks in his house and get... Yeah, unbelievable turnaround. Yeah. He did the 180 turnaround of the century. Crazy. Crazy. Insane, bro. There's a few clips I can't believe he survived. To be honest. More than just one, but goddamn, he 180 that shit.
Are you happy with the lifestyle? Let's say for the rest of your life, you are a streamer who's the 10,000th biggest streamer in the world.
You know what? Yeah, I would love if there's a lot of clips from like, well, I don't know how long ago. A lot of there's probably like a handful, like 4 or 5 like pretty bad speed clips. He did actually grow. I will say, I don't really watch speed, but from what I do see, like clips wise, especially when he does like his world tours and whatnot, which I do think is a cool, very cool concept, for one. What he do? What was the Valorant clip? The Chica clip was really gross. Oh, Carly, you should be able to see that, even though it got deleted. But yeah, I will say, I'm not a speed watcher, but I think that like any clip I do see of him, especially when he's doing like his world tour stuff, he's very respectful to everybody, which I like, just in general, like every person from wherever, which I think is good. And I like to think that like from his really bad clips he did grow up when he was like 16, 17, whatever. The clips are rough. And I think mostly a lot of people forgot about them or just didn't know him, you know? Like, he was obviously big when it happened, but not like the size he is now to any degree. So I think a lot of people just don't know about it. But it was a while ago and he did grow up. So I just hope to believe, I think, that he did. And like, actually has become like a better person and whatnot. It at least seems that way from him, the way he prevents himself. Yeah, no, he has some bad clips. There's probably like 3 or 4 that are like, oh, like, nah, that's not it. But yeah, like I said, I am not like a huge speed viewer. Obviously, I know what he does. Like, I think it's just kind of important to know what he's doing. Doesn't surprise me considering his audience is mainly men. Yeah, I also like, like I said, I think that like I was like a speed hater for a while, because of those clips and stuff. And now I think I'm kind of neutral until he at least does something else. That's why I got away with it. Yeah, for sure. But like until he does something else, I think as like an adult, you know. But he seems like he does at least seem all of his interactions seem very respectful and like towards people and cultures and whatnot. When was that? That clip was, I believe, 4 years ago. I don't know how old he was, but 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. He was 17 during that clip. I was 16. So yeah. So I do think he has like Donnie T seen I show speed performing. That is fucking crazy. Like when he does the backflip, he does hit good backflips. But yeah, everything he's done since he started doing like global tours and like seems like an actual adult and like real human. He seems like a good person overall now. Like he seems like he has grown up a lot. And hopefully that is true and it's not just like an on-camera thing, but yeah. He also does a lot of stuff for like Palestine relief and whatnot, which I like. So yeah. Hopefully he's just like he seems like a better guy now, and hopefully he's a better guy. Collab with him. Maybe Speed wants to do a Nuzlocke. So maybe he wants to do a Nuzlocke. This could be it. This could be true. This could be true. He might want to. I think he'll get back to me. I'll email him.
That is a successful streamer.
But what I was going to say is I would love to be like Mr. 10,000, because if I was Mr. 10,000, if I was like Mr. 1,000, I would stop editing for other people. But if I was Mr. like 10,000, that plus like big A editing, I'd be making good money. I'd be really happy. That'd be awesome. So let's get there. I think I could be Mr. 1. Like from One Piece. Mr. 1's awesome. His devil fruit, he can turn any part of his body into a blade, basically. Because he basically has like the sword fruit. He's fucking awesome. I'm the next XQC. You guys got the same build. I'll say that much.
You're making 4K a month.
I wish I had a Rebel. Damn,
right.
That is sad.
Are you happy with that? And fuck no. You're saying fuck no.
How many do you think he drinks a day? I think he said that like he's usually like a 1 to 2 a day guy, but I think events like this, I think he said he does like 2 or 3, because like they're doing like 12-hour streams. But I think he also like drinks. He is really smart with like sponsors. Like I think he purposefully drinks his Red Bull, like he sips on them and drinks them slow, so he has the can for longer, you know? I will say, dude, Ludwig is a genius. What I thought was cool. Let me find this. Hold on. Streamer University closing or awards. Awards. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, this guy proposed to his girlfriend, who were both there, by the way. That's crazy. But so Ludwig won Professor of the Year. Where was this at? Where the hell was this, bro? Oh, here it is. Okay. So what I thought was cool. But you need to be streaming with the best. Is so like he is just like the brand master, right? So let's go, Ludwig! Ignore this. I'm just on someone else's channel. So he goes up there. Red Bull sponsored this event, and Ludwig's like a Red Bull guy. He goes up there with a Red Bull. Genius, right? Genius. But then he's also Dell sponsored this. They gave everybody laptops, right? But he's sponsored by Alienware specifically, but Alienware are owned by Dell. And there's a streamer who, like, he really liked and he was cool with, like a really small streamer who, like, he talked to a bunch and was, like, cool guy and, like, he liked and stuff. And that dude had his laptop stolen. Like people, like, broke into people's rooms and stole shit. I don't know if it was his content, but they stole his Ray-Bans, like, his Meta Ray-Bans, and they stole his laptop that every student got. Very sad. He was was very
first
sad
off,
about it.
guys,
But
can we
he's
give
like
a big
hiding it,
round
like
of applause
low-key
for
you could
Kai
tell.
Cenat?
Look at label out, one genius, right?
Got a
Obviously.
call. I told you you're 31. So I said I would get as emotions. It meant a lot to me. So guys, thank you so much, class of 26. You're amazing. You know, Dell sponsored this event. You guys all got laptops, right? Everyone got a laptop? Yeah. Unfortunately, some hijinks have happened. Blasian, your laptop got stolen, didn't it? Yeah, lucky for you. Alienware, they're a part of Dell. They said they were gonna give you a dream setup. I'm talking desktop.
That is like
monitor,
one. That's just nice,
peripherals,
right? Like he talked to
the whole
Alienware to
nine,
get him
Blasian,
in
you
because he
deserve it. I'm
like this
sorry that
dude
happened to you.
and talked to him. But that is also just like he is low key like insanely smart with like brand stuff. Like, cause he didn't ask Kai to do this. I'm pretty sure he talked about it on his stream after. He didn't ask Kai to do it. He was just like, okay, Alienware is owned by Dell. I have pool with Alienware. I can get this guy that I like this new setup, right? Bro was hitting a crazy thumbnail phase. I would too, to be fair. And like, so he's like, wait a second. Dell sponsors this event. Alienware owned by Dell sponsored me. I can get this guy set up, and then I can announce it that this Dell company, this Dell brand, is just giving this guy a setup, and that's like such good, like a good look for their sponsor, and they can also hook this guy up. Just genius, man. Just genius. That is like top tier fucking sponsorship work. He got what he wanted out of it for someone, and then he also like gave them good PR for the cost of like a PC setup. Kind of smart.
But what if that's
And that helps
out?
Dell get more money. Kind of smart.
Is it only worth it if you're top 100, or are you happy doing the act itself?
I'm happy doing the
Because
act
what you are
itself.
actually chasing being rich, being famous, or do you enjoy streaming so much that regardless of the amount you make, you would love to do it for that amount of income? Is it enough that you are full-time, or do you want to hit these higher pursuits? And is streaming actually the path you should take to do that? That's what I'm asking you. Are you trying to be a streamer in 10 years who's making 5K a month? That's the question, and I don't know the answer. You gotta ask yourselves. There's some people in here who are streaming for the first time as streamer you, maybe they're trying out. You don't have to be a streamer, yo. I know it's the buzz, but like, there are a bunch of other paths. You can be a YouTuber, you can just be a short form creator, you can be
I like
just a
going
social
when the class goes
influencer.
It makes it feel like I'm
You
part
could
of
be
it.
a real estate mogul if you want to make money. Like, there's a lot of other paths you can take in life. You can just work a 9 to 5 as something you're passionate about. You don't have to be a streamer. It's not a guaranteed success. You're not all going to be making millions. All right.
No one did it.
Let's keep it
Fuck.
rolling.
I'm trying to like.
Does this sound like you? I want to see hands if at any point I'm talking about someone or about something you're dealing with. I struggle to handle juggling clips and YouTube.
I
and
do, but
streams.
that's because I
Hands up,
waste
that
all my
sounds like
time
you.
on
Keep your
games
hands
and
up.
watching videos.
Keep your hands up if you
we're getting
guys
better.
don't understand how YouTube works. All right? Put your hand up, keep your hand up if this sounds like you. My clips do really well, but I don't know how to convert to long-form viewers. I should see more hands up because I looked. 9 of the people in this class, I looked at you guys. You're averaging around maybe 100 to 300 viewers. Your clips are banging. You guys have hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram.
Hundreds of thousands.
You got millions of views. You got more
I don't
views
do
than me on your
Instagram
clips.
Reels, which maybe I
Not
should,
converting.
but like I don't. Fuck
Okay, have you
Instagram,
ever
man. I
wondered
hate
why?
Instagram.
Okay, let's hear some theories.
So many people
Who's
do
got a
use
theory?
Instagram though. It's kind of
Why are
crazy,
you
but
not
eh.
converting?
I
Why
like
are you
barely
getting all
make
the
short form
success
stuff anyways.
On IG, TikTok, but not on long form. What's up?
At least in terms of streaming, sometimes I feel like I don't see the personality of a streamer's on the, like their personality on long form versus short form. Like they're a completely different person when it comes to long form streams, so you don't really see their character.
I think that's a really good point. I'm going to say this louder for y'all to hear. I'm going to repackage it in a different way. The expectation of the viewer is not met when they go to the long form content. That is what is happening.
Good thing when I do shorts, I'm
Now,
terrible
before
at
we
getting
jump
short
into
form
that, I have a
clips.
question for y'all. What is worth more? All right, there's a little quiz time. Pop quiz.
I know the answer. It's Twitch
Is a
follower.
TikTok follower worth more? A Twitch follower or a YouTube follower?
It's a Twitch follower.
All right, by show
But
of
it's because
hands,
I've
who
watched
thinks
this
TikTok?
before that I know that answer. TikTok follower ain't
By
worth
show of
shit.
hands, who thinks Twitch? By show of hands, who thinks YouTube? Round of applause for Valkyrie, only one who got it right. It is Twitch. It is Twitch. Why is it
Oh my god,
Twitch?
I got it right, guys.
Why is it Twitch? Why is it YouTube?
He didn't call
viewer
me
not
out for
worth
getting it
more?
right, but whatever. That's fine, Ludwig.
Jay, what's your answer?
Because Twitch is the smallest platform out of the three.
Why would that make them more valuable? If I have a follower on
Stupid
Truth
ass
Social, is that more
answer.
valuable?
Cooked his ass.
Because Twitch is easily monetized.
Twitch is easily monetized? Okay. Why?
Because there's just a lot of ways people can.
He's like, he's right. He just doesn't, kind of right. He just doesn't know how to word it, I think.
Because you could still earn revenue on YouTube even if you don't, like, if they don't follow, they're still, you still get views.
And this is your argument for YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, you said YouTube is wrong, right?
YouTube is wrong. I believe Twitch is the correct answer, and I'm down to be debated on this. I think if you were to have 10,000 followers on TikTok, 10,000 followers on
Guys,
Twitch,
why don't I have
10,000
10,000 followers?
on
Can we
YouTube,
change that?
You'd be
You guys
making
follow me
more money
on separate
as
accounts.
a Twitch streamer.
We need
Okay?
everyone to make
And
20 accounts and
ultimately,
follow me
the
that follows me
reason
right now.
why is the viewer buy-in. A viewer is going to be much more engaged as a Twitch follower than a TikTok follower. If you think about a TikTok follower, that's pretty straightforward.
Fuck, I
if they
was
watch
late.
every single TikTok you post, they probably see 30 minutes of your face in a month. Total. All right? A YouTube viewer, how much are they seeing your face in a month? It's going to be more, but there's edited videos. How many videos are you uploading? Average Twitch viewership, they might spend 30 minutes in one Twitch stream. And you can easily pump out stream a day if you really want. You also have a better relationship with a live viewer than you do with a YouTube
Facts.
commenter.
We're best friends, guys.
They're not
Wait, that actually
always
doesn't
commenting.
work
Most
because I think
people don't
everybody here
comment,
right now
and
is
you're
just
likely
like
not
actually
replying to
my
all the
friend.
comments, but in chat, they're always
But if
talking
anyone
in chat.
ever sees this
You got
that
chat on your
is
phone
just
right
a
now.
viewer and doesn't know
Chat's
me,
probably saying some shit right now. You probably looked over and
God,
read
we're
it.
such good friends.
Has anyone read a YouTube
Fuck.
comment while I've been here?
Fuck, we're such good friends.
Has anyone read a TikTok comment while I've been here? Yes. So if you need to sell merch and you have
The one
100
person saying
Twitch
yes
viewers,
really fucked
or
up
you
his
get a
flow.
100 view YouTube video, which one's better? But you're trying to push merch to someone. Probably the Twitch follower. They're probably more likely to go buy that. Lacey, why are you disagreeing? What's your point?
No, I'm not disagreeing. I just the followers, yes, but YouTube has a way better like system of getting recommended. So even if you have if you have 100 followers on Twitch, you're not gonna. There's no really chance to get 1,000
That is
viewers.
correct. There is no discoverability. That is correct. But that is a different question. The question is
Different
pound for pound,
question,
which is
Lacey. Different question.
worth more money. Correct. All right, guys, we're gonna tackle your problem today. My clips are great, but I can't get a lot of viewers. Here's the deal.
This is so good for me.
You cannot always be the clip.
My clips might suck.
Except for one guy.
My clips might suck. But
But this is real. What happens to you guys?
goddamn, when I
Really
post
good
them,
at
even if it
farm
only
clips.
gets
I think at this
10,000
point,
views
lot
on a
of you
short, which is
Really
nothing.
understand intrinsically.
At
when a
least
moment
it's me.
happens that, oh, that was
There
the
might be
clip.
not there's not
I'm
a
gonna
single
tell
soul
my
clicking
clipper,
through
maybe
it.
you are your own clipper. You run your own clipper.
But goddamn,
now.
it's me.
Tonight, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna post.
This
that.
isn't a bit.
I
This is
fucking
beyond
nailed it.
sad. Wait, what do you
Alright?
mean?
You guys feel pretty good about that at this point, I imagine. You probably know exactly. You might even be able to set up these moments. The issue
Me
is
saying that we're friends?
you
We're
get that
friends. We're
clip.
best friends.
How long is
I don't know if
that
that's
in
what you
your
meant.
4-hour stream? A minute?
Because YouTube
Seconds
streams are really
sometimes?
bad at like being delayed.
All right. So then what happens? That person sees you on IG. You get an awesome clip. They go to your stream, and what are you doing? Are you farming a clip at every moment?
Exactly.
No, you're a person.
I'm farming a clip
All
out
right.
every
We're
moment.
not always exciting. We're not always
Let's start
on.
being.
I
Let's
know
start
I'm not.
clip maxing.
Okay, there are people who are. There are people who have balanced
Let's start
energy.
clip
Actual Speed
maxing.
has insane energy. Literally every second of that stream, you're like, holy shit, how is he still going? I can't do that. I'm a limited quantity guy. And then I need to go take a bath. That's me. I'm honest with myself. I know my strength isn't to perform in a way that will not be met when the viewer comes to see me.
What do you mean, grown ass
I
man
have to be
waiting for my comment, praying I
authentically
type
me
because
at
desperate?
all
That's a clip for
points.
you. Okay, so let's break this down. So you're saying it's sad that I'm streaming a YouTube video, just reacting to a video talking about it. You in the middle of your day, middle of your afternoon, not spending time with friends, not spending time with family, not playing games, not doing anything. You went on YouTube, saw a 1 viewer stream of someone reacting to a Ludwig video that he posted, saw the title, saw the thumbnail, clicked on it, went to type in chat, are trying to farm being viewer owning the streamer, and this is your afternoon. This is your night. That's crazy. And you're still here. Isn't that insane? That's way more sad. Like there's levels to this shit. Being you in this situation is way more pathetic than being me. This is like my 3 minutes, but yeah, you're still spending your 3 minutes to me. You clicked here. You clicked on me. You're listening to me. Your ears are open to me. You're sitting down like a good boy in your chair listening to me. There's levels to this when this is your life and my 5 minutes. This is not my life. I stream for fun. My life is awesome. I sit at home, I edit YouTube videos for people you watch every day. I make money off of you. More money than you make. I'm just having fun. I get to do this in the middle of my day because my work is done. My life is awesome. I got a lovely fiance. Got 2 cats, live in a nice house. This is just, I'm doing what I want to do. And you're doing what you want to do, and what you want to do is watch me stream. That's crazy. I mean, thank you. I appreciate it. Drop a sub, but you are not cooking like you think you are. I'm sorry. You're just not him. Some people can be mean, funny chatters. They're good at it. They make good moments. That's not you. You got to work on that skill. And that's okay. That's why we're taking the class. That's why we're watching this. We're working on the skill, which is what you need to do. You got some stuff to work on. The center of attention stuff, maybe it's not for you. The chatting stuff, maybe it's not for you. And that's okay. That's okay. We can work on it. We'll watch the class together. Stick around. Stick around. You're like a woman on their period, so emotional. You're like a 6-year-old trying to spell. How the fuck do you use the wrong your? It's 2026, bro. We gotta go back to school. Like, they do school in the summer. They do some classes. You know, we could do like an educational segment every day if you want to come back. Just drop a sub. You can come over to Twitch, drop a follow, you know? I'm open, man. I'm open. I can start doing educational stuff. I like streaming whatever. So we can grow with this. My guy, clinging to life right now. You're clinging to life. It's okay. Look, we can help you out. I understand. You're trying to learn how to rage bait in chats. Maybe you saw Streamer U dunking on people and whatnot. Hit the gym tubby. I think 5 of me on a scale next to you, I think I would still fly 10,000 feet in the air. You would break the scale in half. It would go through the earth 10 feet. And that's chill. Look, I understand what you are. I'm tough as fuck. Guess what I did today? Walked 1.5 miles. Wow. I know. Unbelievable. I paused my game to be here shirt on. Is that not tough? I know you know it's tough. But throwing out like, you're like throwing out like dialogue lines, you know, like the NPC options. And it's just not working. Walk to McDonald's. McDonald's. Wait, you actually own me. Collab at the Diamond Gym? I would tear up the Diamond Gym, sorry. I don't think they could hang with me, to be honest. I just don't think they could hang with me. I don't know. Diamond, we can work on it, though. We can work on rage bait. We can work on farming people, like farming streamers to like have a back and forth banter. We can work on it. You're not good at it. You said you were going to spend 3 minutes here, and you've been here for like almost 10. And like, that's cool. I'm the highlight of your afternoon. I like that. I'm going to end stream and forget about you. You're low-key aren't a terrible guy, but you're growing on me, but that doesn't make this not sad. I mean, I don't understand the sad thing. I'm just watching, people watch videos on stream all the time, you know? Learn how to be a better streamer. I got 9 viewers on both platforms put together. I promise there's stuff for me to learn about it, you know? I promise. And there's stuff we can all learn. You can always learn. Learning's awesome. So that's what we're doing. And just talking about shit, you know? I think if you think me streaming to 9 people is sad, I think you are scared of the action of starting things that you won't immediately excel at. And that's a bad trait to have. Because it's going to hold you back for so many things in life. And I'm looking out for you. I don't want that. I want everyone to succeed and flourish. You know? Doesn't matter. I've streamed to 0 people so many times. Streaming to 9 people? That's awesome. Let me tell you, that's sick. So much better. It's infinitely more people when you do the math. So
you need to be authentically you at all points. The person they should see in the clip should be the person that they experience in the live stream. All right?
But yes, Reppins, we will be going to the Diamond
Gym. Otherwise, you're just gonna get bored and leave.
We will be.
You're not the clip you in every waking moment. Except for Ron.
Except for Ron.
I think community is important too.
Why did I show these people?
Don't make
What's
him do
special
the
about
math
these
in his
people?
head.
Any
Don't make him do
guesses?
the math. His head might explode.
They all
That's my
have
bad,
superhero, but
actually.
there's
You're
something
right.
more.
They've grown a lot lately.
They've grown a lot. That's true.
They're always themselves.
They're always themselves. I like
But
that.
you can, I guess, infinite. Yeah, it's infinite. Yeah. I like that.
So
I'm
these
sticking with that.
three are 3 of the 5 most successful.
I do like Arky a
streamers
lot.
from last
Arky's
year.
awesome.
These are you-
He's my
these
favorite
are
like
who
news
you should
streamer, I
aspire
think.
to be this year. All right. These people have all increased by, I'm telling you, like 5,000 average viewers.
Oh my God, they're almost caught up to me. Wait a second.
Viewers. Okay, they're now doing amazing. Okay, I think they all have different strengths. We're gonna go all through one by one. What did Tota do at Streamer U?
What did Tota do?
Built probably the strongest relationships of anyone.
Is he like
at
friends
that
with
event.
Ray? I think. I don't
I was
actually
able
really
to
know
get
anything
him,
about Tota.
You know, friends with Kai, friends with Ray, and Mafia-thon 3. Okay, to build a foundation, but build relationships with people here. Okay, Arky, I think is one of the kings of
You, Arky.
authenticity. Arky wears his heart on his sleeve. It is obvious to everyone who's with him.
Is there anyone
and
more
everyone who
authentic than
watches
Airid
him.
TV? They're talking
So
about
what
how
you get
authentic
in
he
the
is.
clip is what you get when
They're
you
talking
hang out
about
in
it.
real life. It's what you get when you watch him online. He's the same guy.
They're talking about how authentic his Pokemon
Yana,
runs are.
Probably one of the nicest motherfuckers
Doesn't put any
I've
rare
ever met.
candies.
And she's always like that.
Doesn't cheat
It's
ever.
Crazy.
They
I
talk
expect her
about
to
it.
break at some point. She never breaks. All right? Even when people are a little too much for her. Where is he in this room? He's supposed to be in this class. Even when people are too much for her.
Fucking asshole.
So anyway,
Anyways.
ultimately, guys, look. What I really want you to take away from this is it's all right to farm a clip, but
All right,
you should be
guys.
farming it as
Let's farm another
you.
clip.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't, have a burst.
The thing
of
is, I'm just a
1 minute of
fucking
energy,
dude, bro. I'm
and
not
then
like
you're
a.
back to
I mean, I'm happy I'm not a
being
clip
somebody
farmer.
else.
Even though my stream would be
consistent.
bigger.
Be
But
consistent in yourself. Be honest to yourself.
I wish I was good at. Like,
All right.
some people yell mad
We're
good.
gonna talk about the
Joe
content
Bart,
funnel.
he yells so good, bro. He
This
yells so
is
good. He's such a good yeller.
An idea of how to efficiently stream. Right now, when you guys stream, what are your strengths?
That
Getting a
guy is so
couple
fucking
clips.
annoying.
Nice.
But like in terms of like clip
We can do
wise,
better.
like
I want you to start shifting
his clips like
your paradigm.
go actually
A
just
stream
insane.
Is now
Like it's kind of
a recording
crazy.
session.
This is what I
We're
do.
not just
Okay,
booting upstream to fuck off.
hold on.
for
I'm
4
gonna go to the
hours, go through
bathroom
clips, go-
real quick because I just have to. And I'm, I know. Middle of stream, going to the bathroom. I'm that confident you guys will all stay. Wow. Maybe I am the GOAT streamer. Maybe I do have a giant ego. But this, I want to go before this because bathroom break denied. Fuck, never mind. I'll get the bucket out. There's something I want to talk about with this. This is what I've been waiting for. For some reason, today's just been long as fuck talking about his stuff because I've just had a lot to say. But yeah, I will be right back. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry, I know I kind of don't play by your rules because I'm just kind of tough like that. So I went to the bathroom anyways. Yo, I pissed for so long. That was crazy, by the way. Okay, so the content funnel. Hello?
Go home. We're not booting up stream to play a video game for 6 hours and stream go home. That is a waste of your time. It is a less efficient use of your time. This is a recording session. What can you record in a stream? This is an example of one of my streams.
I'll let him talk about the content funnel more. Let's get. I have two thoughts. I'm just gonna hold them.
Why is it one of my best streams?
Because you make two. You had fun.
No.
You had an event.
Interesting question. If Michael Jackson streamed today, how many average viewers do you think he'd have on music streams? I don't know. I have no barometer to gauge it on.
I got a video.
Because
I got multiple videos.
I have no barometer to gauge it on because I don't think, even if he were the same music as good as he was, I don't think he'd be as big today. He'd be huge, I think. I think talent trumps all. But I think, like, there was a special time when he was making music that was special and to the level that he was. It was like a certain time in history where there was a gap for it, you know? There wasn't as much being put out. Like, I don't think any artist with how much music is made, how much easier it is to make music, how much more it is distributed, I don't think there's a way for an artist to ever get that big again. So, I don't know. I genuinely, I'm trying to give you an answer because that sucked as an answer, but I genuinely don't know. And also, I think he'd have less viewers than Blackboy Max making music. Because I think he'd be a worse streamer than I think he'd be a bad streamer making good music. And I think he'd have some viewers because his viewership, because like his music would hit, and so some people would watch the process of it. But like, I don't think he'd be a good streamer. So I think he would. That's my answer. Less viewers than Blackboy Max has making music, for certain.
From this one stream, it was 6 hours.
You got hella videos from this.
Those are just cut-ups, not edited, of the segments. All right,
100K VOD is crazy, bro.
3 different edited videos. God Gamer Gauntlet. It's a challenge I do. Magic Chameleon with some friends. And I reacted to a CoffeeZilla video. And then I also had a couple clips out of it. Okay? That's all from one stream. That was 6 hours. I recorded all of that. Just for your information here, I didn't put it in this slide. The streams, they made 5K. It's pretty good. Okay? All of these together, they made 25K. Okay?
That's a lot more money.
And
that's a lot more money.
To get all this out of one stream, if you just spend
for videos from one stream, yeah, isn't that insane?
They are, and
those aren't even
do on stream.
Those aren't even Ludwig videos. They're Ludwin videos. So I have a thought on this. What both of you are saying, and because these 3 are VODs, these 3 are Ludwin is second channel on the 2 shorts. So I'll let him get. I want to get through this segment though, and then I'll. What you guys both said, I'll get my thoughts on.
Right now. And I want you to only
wait,
put your
Airid
hand
T
down
VODs? That's gotta fire.
When I say, I'm basically trying to find out how many hours you stream. So everyone's hands up. Do you stream at least 1 hour? Hands up. Do you stream at least 1 hour a month? Hands up. Do you stream at least 1 hour a month? All right. This is good. Do you stream at least 10 hours? Keep your hands up. You stream at least 10 hours.
Oh my god, my hand's still up.
Yeah. All right.
Low-key, my hand's gonna go down soon.
50 hours. At least 50
I don't know
hours.
if I do stream 50 hours. I
Down,
probably don't. Oh my god, I'm not streaming enough. Thank you, Ludwig. Thank you.
100 hours a month. Did you stream 100 hours a month? If you put your hands down, you might not be streaming enough. Are you streaming 120 hours?
My hand is down.
Sometimes. Okay? Hands are still up. 150. My hand's down at this point. 150. All right. Some hands are still. We got 3 hands. 160. 180. 200 hours.
Damn, this dude be streaming.
220.
This guy streams crazy.
Around 200 hours. Your hand's still up back there. 250 hours.
Damn.
260? 300 hours. Is it 300 hours? Yes. That's how many hours you stream?
That's crazy, bro. Don't do that. My god.
Guys, listen up. If that 300 hours is true, you're making a mistake. You're making a mistake. You said 200 hours? I got corrected. 161. That is still too many hours in my mind. I think you guys are streaming too much. I genuinely believe that. I think every streamer should be streaming in the sweet pocket of 100, 150. I think that's like the perfect zone, 100 to 150. All right. Some of y'all need to do more. I've looked at your stream hours. Some of you guys aren't doing enough. I think some of you guys aren't sure if you want to be streamers. I think some of you guys are still exploring that. That's fine. But if you want to be a streamer, I think at least 100 is right. I think anything over 150 is a waste of your time. You're just being less efficient. Okay, why? Because you're not getting the value.
You're not getting the
of each of
content
these streams, right?
funnel.
Your 6 hours don't look like this. Your 6 hours, what can you show for? 4 Instagram clips? Okay. How much did that make?
Nothing.
Exactly. All right. So we're going to do a little exercise right now. And this is an exercise you guys should be doing every single day. Let me say that again. This is homework today.
Airid doesn't touch 150 hours a year. Low key true.
Every single day. I do it every day.
Low key true.
I've been doing this 8 years. I think of stream ideas every fucking day. I'm the only guy who thinks of them. Other people have teams. I think that could be a very helpful thing. I'm a little protective over my process. That's just my personal style. On your phones or pen and paper if you prefer. This is an activity. Get them out right now. Break them out. Come on. I want you guys to be writing down
we can get our notepad back. Three different stream ideas. Okay, let's do this homework. And I will talk about that stuff I was talking about. Stream ideas. That we'll go back to that then. Because I do think you guys are spitting actually. But we'll get there. Bold, underlined. What color do we want this one to be? Blue maybe? Yeah, underline it. Underlined. Okay. So let us start with a $1 idea. That blue doesn't work. Okay, my bad. Cosplay like Big S? Dude, Big S does hit some crazy cosplays. Wait, I did not mean to highlight. I just wanted to bold it. Okay. $1 idea. Let me think on this. Let a white boy think on this. $1 idea. Something Pokemon related. Something I could do myself. What's a video that I think would bang? Okay, something that I thought about for a while that I think would be good. And something unique that I haven't seen somebody do on YouTube would be... I have 2 ideas, actually. Let me do this. Playing every Pokemon game with a single Pikachu. So I'd get it in red and blue, and I would transfer it up and up and up. And I think that would be cool. We could decide a little bit of ideas. Like, obviously, it would reset, but I would, like, transfer the actual one through, and it'd kind of be like playing, like, Pokemon Sword Only Grookey or whatever, but, everything with, like, every game. I think it'd be a cool video, because, yeah. And the other one, which is also related to each generation, is I've done catching how fast can you catch a shiny in blank generation or blank game, and they've done decent, but I've done this before, running this back, catching a shiny in every generation. It would be like a speed run, I guess. It would have a timer, for sure. And I want to do that. I did part of it, but I think doing it with a timer, really trying to do it as fast as possible, I think would be a really good video. Playing Pokemon like Ash. The only problem is I feel like that's been done so much. Well, it's always in the back of my brain. Then a $1,000 idea. $1,000 idea is... Why do I keep hitting that? Holy shit. Oh my god, I can't type. Okay. Just did my first stream, bro. I had so much fun. I love that for you, Anhedonia. I love that for you. I hope you had fun. I hope you keep trying it. See if you, like, really like it. See how it goes. And yeah, that's beast. I'm happy you enjoyed it, though. Keep trying new stuff and keep pushing and whatnot, you know? So, $1,000 idea. When I think of $1,000 idea, I think of, like, if I go to, like, Point Crow's channel or Small Ant's channel, right? Let me open up YouTube over here. go to like, hold on, Point Crow, or like small ant. Wait, let me type in specifically small ant Pokemon. So if I look at like a lot of these, not these ones, but a lot of stuff like all opponents have Wonder Guard is just a normal ROM. Infinite Fusion Hoenn. I need to play this. Oh, it uploaded on Sman. Okay. Every battle is extremely unfair. Things like that. Level up game resets. I don't think that's a this isn't. I think you can just put this in. I don't think you need a thingy for it. I don't think you need like a custom ROM. Far too difficult though. Maybe. Pokemon level down. Things like that. If it goes wrong, it can. -1 HP every step. These are all ROM hacks. Also, Cop Cup. I think that's a bigger idea, the 100% thing. But I'm trying to figure out like specifically for like I think his goal here is like investing the money into the content, not necessarily like it's $1,000 idea for how much it makes. It's like spending the money, you know, to have like bigger and bigger goals. I don't think that's a bad idea, but Pokemon at every step, my team loses 1 HP. If something goes wrong, it does. They level down. This is 3.2 mil. This is 6.2. This is 6.4. These are all ROMs that he paid for. He paid @ to make them specifically. You can't just do it in a Pokemon randomizer or like PK Hex or anything. People have to go into the code and do this stuff. And so because of that, I think that, I don't know how much these cost, but I don't have the capital for that. But this is the kind of thing that I think would be $1,000 idea. Specifically, an idea I actually tried to do before, but I ended up scrapping, not making the video for it, because I'd want the actual ROM for it, not like me brute forcing it, is Pokemon blank. It could be whatever game. Pokemon blank, but I can only use every move once. That is something I did before, but it was kind of janky, because the best there is a 1 PP mod, but it restores your PP and stuff. I would need to pay someone like @ or someone who's like a real coder and could go to the code of the game and make it so everything is 1 PP. It never gets replenished at a Pokemon Center, and between Pokemon, it also, the PP is gone. But like, I think paying for like a ROM of an idea that I have, right, is like $1,000 idea. Like an idea no one's done. It's an idea that I think would do good on YouTube, good on stream. I think that's $1,000 idea. Let's get married on stream. Now you're fucking talking. Oh my god, you're speaking my language. Let's do it tomorrow. Yeah, something like that. That's a cool, like, your type is gone forever. But that's what I mean. I think that's like $1,000 idea. Like a, you know what I mean? Like a paid for ROM, you know? I think that's a good idea. Is like $1,000 idea I'd want to do. And this is the one I want to do the most. And then $100,000 idea. This is like a dream thing. I think a dream thing would be... So I think something that'd be really cool would be to host like an actual event. Pokemon gives you their new game early. I buy Nintendo. $10 billion idea. So I think it would be cool. So like Point Crow and so let's look up. So this is a cool event, right? Point Crow Nuzlocke Invitational. So basically this is
I created one of the largest Pokemon tournaments to
okay.
ever exist.
So basically, what they do is, Peachal and Point Crow, is they do a Nuzlocke, which I do some Nuzlockes, but they have new beginner Pokemon trainers do a Nuzlocke where they're coached by really good Pokemon players. And then with the team they beat the Nuzlocke in, they go to like an IRL actual event.
As Slime has to manage
Like
how
a
many
real
tailwinds
event.
in a one.
That they put on, and they do competitive Pokemon battles of the teams they won with. And like there's some differences, like abilities are like are randomized and stuff like that and whatnot. But it's like a real in-person event they put on. And I think that the Nuzlocke Invitational very cool. But I think a cool event would be like because I think putting on an event is very sick. I think it would be cool to do like a actually I'm trying to think, because I was gonna say something similar to Ludwig's like Fast 50 event. That event's awesome, but I think it'd be cool to do like a Pokemon in-person event, like a day thing or like a weekend thing competition. But it's like, and I get a bunch of Pokemon people, but it's like I don't know if I'd call it Kaizo, but it's like kind of like a randomizer in a sense. Create my own game and for others to play, like how Airid created Alestrals. I don't know if I'd have that in me, to be honest. I don't know if I have the desire to like create a game, but maybe. That is definitely a 1 mil idea though, maybe more. But I think an event that would be like kind of like a troll in, not necessarily troll, but I don't know how else to word it. So like kind of like another event that was good, Doug Shuffle Mania. This event was like really fucking stupid.
Welcome.
And it was just kind of
laboratory.
whatever. It was like this mod that he has that's really cool. Well, he did a few different mods, but like this one, there's 10 different games being played, and it switches between them like every 10 to 30 seconds. And it was stuff like that. And like it would be for different games, so like Smash, Tetris. And I think an event like this, that's kind of like trolly, doesn't make any fucking sense. But for Pokemon with experienced Pokemon players, would be cool. And like you could have like very specific things you like have people create and stuff that like create like really funny moments. I think that would be cool. So yeah, I think it would be something like that. Like you know, let's say you had a bunch of like some VGC people, so like Pichow, Wolfie, whatever, right? All these people, Alpha Rad, but it was like maybe like you'd be under the guise of like it'd be under the guise of like normal Pokemon tournament, but then it would turn into just like absolute, like it'd be branded, it'd be marketed as like a Pokemon All-Stars tournament, right? But then there's just bullshit that like they have to figure out through, and like the meta would evolve throughout the event. I think that could be cool. How would you rate Doug in terms of top streamers? When he was like I know he's taking a break from main channel stuff. When he was doing main channel stuff, I watched his streams sometimes. I was more of a YouTube viewer. Because Doug's streams are a little different from his long form because there's so much cut for his long form. Because there's so much coding he has to do and getting things to work and stuff. But I think in terms of turning streams into YouTube videos, legit S tier. Like legit S tier. I think he's unreal at that. I'd call this is the best way I think describe this. Troll in person Kaizo Pokemon event is sort of the way I'd do it. But I think it'd be under the guise, like I said, of like marketed as like a Pokemon All-Stars tournament. And then it would just turn into like so much shit. Pokemon, the game changes after every fight. That's actually a good idea. I don't know if that'd be possible, but I will unironically write that down. That's actually a really good idea. That's actually a really good idea. It would take forever, but still, I think it's a good idea though. But I don't know if anyone could code that, but yeah, that is a good $1,000 idea. I actually really like that. I think you cooked with that. Okay, we did our homework. Let's go back to Ludwig.
A little more complicated. We're gonna do 3 different tiers. I want you guys to come up with a $1 idea.
Okay, he's asking them to do it. So we're gonna skip through this because we did it.
That is good. This exercise.
I've seen this before, by the way. His idea is he does like gas station streams, like he worked at a gas station.
Desktop at the crib, you know what I'm saying? Talk to my, my community, my people. I could buy like a hot chip or whatever, do that on stream, you know what I'm saying? Desktop. For my 1,000.
His $1,000 idea is like the 24 hours in a gas station, and then his
could do
100,000 is, I believe,
24 hours
a
surveillance, which you do
gasathon.
have.
Like 30 days in the gas station.
Who's
And
using
shit.
that idea? Dad, what you got?
$100,000 idea. I'm gonna do National Geographic Part 2 in Alaska.
I like it. What you got?
That would be sick. I do like him
love
and
D&D
Maya
storytelling,
streams.
so I want to do a 360.
And then I believe hers was something with like doing like D&D with
idea
Matthew
is the world's
Mercer,
largest
which,
mukbang.
shit, I don't know how much Matthew Mercer costs. Might be more than $1 million. It's not, but still. Wait, this is actually, okay. I know Lacey is Lacey, but this is actually a fire idea. Like, just straight up. This
Lacey,
idea
you're
is
excited. What you got?
$100,000 idea is the world's largest mukbang.
That's actually just a good idea. I don't even like mukbangs, but it probably has been done before. But it's like his thing and what he wants to do, you know. It doesn't have to be like a nothing never done before, you know. It's just like, what do you want to do? With Pokemon stuff, I'm trying to find never done before because that's what I want to do. But in terms of just like these streamers in general, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like if that's what he wants to do, that's chill. It's okay to stream things and make videos on things other people have done before. I do agree with this message. You see the difference in ideas is even insane. I will say, the big streamers, now granted, they do have way more capital, so they understand what a $100,000 idea is and whatnot, but their ideas are just so much better. Like they just understand the game more, you know?
In the back, what you got?
Stealing 100,000 worth of chains.
Did you say breaking into a bank?
The bank is stealing 100,000 worth of chains.
Breaking into the bank and stealing $100,000 worth of chains. Be a good stream.
Jesus Christ, man! You're gonna get charged of federal crimes for a $100,000 stream idea? My God.
All right, last one. What you got?
I mean, shit, it would be a never done before stream, I will say. It would get views, but damn.
Casino stream can't leave till you double the 100,000.
Love that. Love that.
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
That's a good idea.
All right, guys.
That is a good
These
idea.
are really good ideas. Okay? But I want to talk about what makes an idea good. All right? What makes a stream idea good? I'm a little different than you guys. I'm older. I've been doing this 8 years.
Okay, stop talking about the content funnel. Okay. Okay, oh my God. Okay, this is gonna be another long part. We're not playing Power World today, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. We'll play Power World tomorrow, that's chill. Because the third class, genuinely, I won't do as long. Okay. So. Let's break out. MS Paint. So, he might talk about the content funnel more, but I feel like this is a good time to talk about it. Kopkov, you said that like a VODs channel would be good, which I agree with. Even though I do stream on YouTube, the VODs do go onto YouTube, but I'll go into why I think that's a good idea. And Rapids, you said you do one video from 30 streams. So, what is the issue with people at Streamer University? They stream, this is their stream, right? Let's just say they're better streamers than me. This is 6 hours. And what does this 6 hours output? It outputs, like, let's say 3 short form clips, right? Vertical is short form, this will be long form, right? 3 short form clips. And what does this do? It might get, that's not a V. Holy shit, I can't fucking type. I'm just gonna put an arrow. Numbers go up, right? Numbers go up. They get a lot of views on these clips, you know? Maybe this one gets 700K. This one gets 200K. This one gets 1 million, right? They get a lot of views on their clips. But what does this mean? They get but the issue is they get a lot of views on the clips, but they get no money. No, how do I say this? No long form. No money, no long form, right? And they this is all they make out of 6 hours. Where Ludwig, he'll do So this is SU. This is Ludwig. Ludwig does, let's say, a 5-hour stream. And he's getting, let's say, his clippers make 2 shorts out of it. And then his VOD channel is obviously segmented. He has the Twitch VOD and the YouTube VOD, but we're not going to count those. But let's say he did 2 segments, right? 2, like, big segments. That's 2 VODs. And then he does, let's say he gets a main channel video out of it. And then he also gets, let's say, 2 Ludwig videos out of it. We're looking at the shorts, and they're not going to do as good as these people's shorts. Maybe he goes, like... Maybe he gets, like, let's say one... I don't know how good his shorts do. Let's just say 150K. Sorry, I'm left-handed, and I use a right-handed mouse. I'm sorry. 300K, right? And then let's say this VOD gets 30K. Maybe this one does a little better. It gets 50K. But then, his main channel video. This gets 1.2 mil. Right? This Ludwig video, which is long form, 300K. This one, 200K. And what does this mean? This means numbers, holy shit, way up, right? Obviously. But then he also gets insane money. Okay? But now let's look at me. My issue is opposite of these people. These people stream 6 hours and they're just streaming. They're streaming for no segments. I do like sort of what Small Ant does, right? Where I like doing longer challenges. I like doing things like that, right? And so I will stream, let's say... Wait, I'm gonna write... Me. Holy shit. Me, okay? I got... Well, so it's not necessarily that. I think you're looking at it a little wrong. But let's take 6 streams, right? Let's say 3, 4, 3. These streams all turn into one long form video. Let's be optimistic just because our Pokemon Champions did good. Let's write 50K on here. So, the issue, and so this is numbers don't really go up, right? And I also do no money. I'll say numbers neutral. So, what is the problem with this? Because there is a difference between the streamer you person. There's a difference between this and me. There is objectively a difference. I don't want to call it a flaw. Well, consistency. Yeah, sorry. I didn't know you had a second message coming. I thought you were saying just this in general. That is my biggest issue by far. You're absolutely correct. But the biggest difference between the Streamer University people and me is I am technically doing exactly what Ludwig is saying. I am streaming for a YouTube video. I'm streaming for a segment. But I like to do bigger challenges, longer challenges. I like to do longer challenges that take multiple streams, and I like doing that. I will continue to do that. So, even though I am always streaming from the segment, my output of not stream stuff and my output of streams is way too low, which is why I'm streaming more. My output of streams is, like, resulting in, like, one segment over multiple streams is okay. It's like what I like to do, right? I'm always streaming for a video, which is good. But the issue is that, one, it takes me a while to make videos, but also, how do I leverage these 6 streams into more than just one video, right? Just because if I'm putting a lot of streams into one video, that's cool and that's grand. It's a big challenge, you know. It's going to be a good video when it comes out. It's going to feel really good when I beat it. It's going to be a cool moment. But the issue is that even though these streams are all getting used for this thing, it nerfs my output so much. So, how do I get more output without changing this, right? I don't want this formula. I don't want to change. I like doing long challenges for videos, right? I like doing that. I'm going to continue to do that. So, wait, an idea. All right, you type your idea up. I'm gonna keep going. So, how do I change the output? Instead of doing super comp videos. No, that's really bad. I think that works in like 2013. I won't grow from that. Like I could do that on a second channel, which is maybe part of what I'm gonna get into. But in terms of like a main channel big video, it just won't be a good video, you know? Because like if I have like a Nuzlocke part 1, like no one's gonna care. Like the end of the video doesn't have any payoff. You want like the whole story to be in a thing, you know? I don't want to change my main channel formula. But, well, Copcup, I don't think you're wrong. But I think that's not like a main channel thing. Because that would just make main channel videos worse. But I think I can do something with this, right? Like, I think you're on the right track. But it's not changing the main channel content. But I do think you're on the right track. So, I want the videos to be good, complete. I want to keep making bangers. It's what I like to do. I think my videos are really good. I like the length of the challenges. I like doing things that are hard. Things that are time-consuming, things that are grindy, things that most people don't want to do, okay? And I'm not going to shy from that. So this formula is still going to exist. But how do I leverage this? I think... How do I leverage this? I think in a few ways. And I was doing some research on this when I saw Ludwig say this. So... as you guys know, I started streaming on YouTube. One, just because I've thought about this output thing. And for 2 reasons I started streaming on YouTube. The first one was because I didn't feel like uploading my VODs. Or like, I was like, oh, I can just have the entire stream exist on YouTube. And then I don't have to upload them. Easy. And the second part was that I work for Rue now, who's like an up-and-coming streamer and YouTuber. He made Minecraft, he beat Minecraft blind. Video fucking banged. He's made a ton of good videos and his streams are popping off. And he streams on both. Because... he has a ton of YouTube viewers, or he's got, like, his videos have banged, and so he gets some YouTube videos, and hopefully he can convert them to Twitch, or maybe they stay on YouTube. He streams on both. Like, someone like Ludwig streams on both, right? So it's for 2 reasons. One, it was to double dip on my streams. It felt more efficient, technically, to have it live in both places, because if I have 7 viewers on Twitch, 3 on YouTube, I mean, that's almost 50% more viewers, right? From I would have had just on Twitch. And the VODs can live forever. That's where, so I started doing that. And I know, like, Ludwig does it, Rue does it, and a lot of other people do it. But then, I was looking at, Ludwig's channel, right? If you go to Ludwig, the second channel is more episodic, where it's more uncut on main channel. So, I went to, Ludwig's channel, right? And I was like, I know he has a VODs channel. And I know he multi-streams. So I was like, does he keep his VODs public? And he does, right? So like, you know, 5-hour VOD, 9-hour VOD, 11-hour, 4 hours, 7 hours. But if we go to not streamer you, 8 hours. I'm trying to find stuff he did that was like more than one segment. Mecha Chameleon, 4 hours. 5 hours gaming with Legendary Squeaks. Gaming with Friends. This is Mecha Chameleon and CoffeeZilla React, right? So then I was like, okay, he has that, but I know Ludwig VODs exist. And I went to Ludwig VODs, and 2 things sparked my brain. One, he makes thumbnails for it, right? Which makes sense, because he's re-uploading the VODs. But 2, I was like, wait a second. I was like, wait. So my thought, I was like, wait, he keeps all his VODs are up on his main channel. You can just go to it. But then I was looking through Ludwig VODs, and I noticed something. Yesterday, he did like a 3-hour stream. 43 minutes are this Streamer University stuff. in the last 2 hours and 10 minutes is, or no, he did three things, right? This is all one stream. He did like a 5-hour stream, I think. Yeah, this is the same stream. So, I believe so. But he did this, which was before he got in a call with them. Breakdown Streamer U, 43 minutes. Then, he was in a call with his friends, and they did like their segment for their group. 2 hours and 10 minutes. And then, he played Valorant afterwards. And it was an hour 56 minutes. This is all one stream, of which the VOD exists on Ludwig. That's this stream. This 5-hour stream. It's 3 VOD videos, and I was thinking, and look, if you look at the views of them, no one gives a fuck about Valorant, really. But this is like 160k views almost, all put together, right? And I was thinking, and I kind of figured out why, because I didn't know his Ludwig VOD's channel exists, even though I watch his, look, I usually just watch his streams, or I'll watch his stream VOD or something. But I was like, wait a second. With the thumbnail, so this is unedited footage, but it's just broken up in the segments. So like this is just the their group like segments, right? And then this is just the segment of their group. This is just the segment of him playing Valorant. Once it's like, it just starts and ends at the start of the segment and the end of the segment. But it's unedited. All of this is unedited. And so I was thinking, I was like, wait a second. There's a path here to take my stuff that is multiple streams long for like one YouTube video, right? But to, even if it won't get that many views, double dip in a video format beyond just the VODs living raw live on my YouTube, which I still will. But you just make a thumbnail and you just cut out the segments. You don't have to edit at all. I can just do it by stopping the recording on OBS and starting it at the next segment and just make a thumbnail. That's really easy. And then I thought a layer deeper, which was, how could I, if I wanted to, could I make this even of a better double dip, right? Like Power World, I'm not going to make a video of. But how could I dip it beyond just getting the stream hours up, which is what I'm doing Power World for, right? Well, a good way to do that is to do a channel like this, where I make the thumbnails. It doesn't have to be an insane thumbnail, and I just upload the segment, right? But something else I could do, which I'm debating, is I could make an uncut, like, segment of a VOD. Like, one segment. Way better if I just took, like, 10 minutes post-stream, and for the segments, just recorded, like, a 30-second intro for them. To have, like, some sort of hook, do a little bit of editing on it. I'm debating if I'm going to do this part or not. But I think that is a way to differentiate a VOD's channel. And I think it's a good way to have a second channel-esque thing without actually, like, taking the time away to edit that compared to main channel videos, which take me a while. So, like, imagine, right? Every, like, Pow World segment, I just upload of the Hardcore World. But I do, like, a 10-second intro before it to maybe hook someone in. And they can watch if they want. And, you know, it's at least double-dipping on the content. I was also thinking that, well, the thing I'd like to do with shorts is just make a short, like 2 to 3 shorts. Also, what channel? Well, the streams would be like streamed on my main channel, but I would just make a second channel that I uploaded this on. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be streamed on the main channel. I'm talking about like making a VODs channel, which I technically have actually. I have Airid VODs, but my other thought process was, what about short form? I'm not a huge short form guy, but I do think it's important to a degree. The way I do short form usually is when I upload a main channel video, I make 2 or 3 shorts, basically promoting the video. And I think it helps a tiny bit, but not that crazy. But I think I need to go back to doing that, because if I upload more on my main, then I'll have more shorts put out. But also, I think just keeping a mental note of some moments that happen on stream, and just make a short out of it. Just try it. If it doesn't do that good, okay. I think it's worth to take like an hour, maybe 30 minutes an hour sometimes to make shorts. So that would be 2 of my goals. Would be higher quality. You can't do it like Smollett does where it's a I mean, I think I can though. Why can't I? I mean, I won't get the results his does, but I don't see a reason why I couldn't still do it. Higher quality VODs channel to get more videos out of segments in between a second channel and VOD channel. Because what I want to do because I don't have the capacity, I just don't, to make an actual second channel where I edit the videos even if they're sloppier. That would be someone I would need to hire someone for. So, there's that. And then the second thing is just make shorts sometimes. Keep making shorts for videos. But for specifically stream moments, if I'm like, damn, that was a good stream moment, right? I just need to make a short out of it. If I have a crazy moment, I mean, streamers don't really care about plugs anyways, right? Yeah, you make a good short and you plug the video at the end of the short. You don't just make a short saying, hey, I made a video. Like, obviously not. Even big people can't do that. But just make shorts but make shorts sometimes out of stream moments. And then keep making shorts for videos. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Like, if I upload more, I'll have more shorts for videos. And, like, I don't need to focus all my energy on short form. But I think this is how I improve my content funnel. Let me actually write that on the notes. 25. Make it red, underline bold. How you're a video editor, nice. I mean, I think there's a difference, but like, yeah, I mean, there's a difference in editing videos and like, you know, like conceptually, you know what I mean? That's cool. You were a video editor. I didn't know that. I think I did know that actually. I think I did know that. I think you've told me that before. That's sparking a memory in my brain. I'm pretty sure I did know that. How to improve my content funnel. And then I think the other way to improve my content funnel is to, when I have the capital, hire someone for a big A or Ludwig'S channel, because I can do that easily because I do the big A channel. Like, I know what goes on there to succeed and how much the workload is and how much editing is. I think this is how I improve my content funnel. I think, because I want to, without messing with the formula of a lot of segments in a long form, like a lot of segments for a really packed, good long form video. So yeah, I think that is my goal for, how to improve my content funnel. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do for my content funnel. I think it's a good way to not interrupt my flow and impede the work I do, but get more out of my stuff. Also, one thing I can do, I can also... A stream doesn't have to be one segment. Even if I am working on a challenge for a big video, I can do that for a few hours and then do something else. My year funnel is closed right now. It's a little close. But I think it's another thing. Like yesterday, right? We did Ludwig'S class and then Pal World. That's 2 segments, and like neither of them were for a main channel video, but I think they can both result in something. Like, I think they can both result in at least 2 second like VOD channel segments. And I can do like a VOD channel segment and then whatever main channel thing I'm working on, which that would also be that would progress me towards the main channel goal, but also be a well, it's not going to be a main channel video. Yeah, that was never my goal. But yeah. And then, like, the main channel one would also be a VOD segment, but also progress towards the main channel. So, yeah. And then the other thing I was going to push back on is Ludwig said, the one thing I was going to push back on that Airid talked about, is Ludwig talked about, people are streaming too much. And, like, there's a part, or actually, no, it's a question that he answers from someone. So, we'll get to that.
I'm thinking about a YouTube video. I'm not thinking about a clip. That's how people do it in modern day. I think we should all be thinking of both.
We'll get there. But there's one pushback I have on Ludwig.
That's second nature.
That I think he's right, but
Let's
I think
stop
there's also
thinking about
something
it.
he discounts.
Let's think about the thing that's more
That J-Rock talked
sustainable.
about.
Holding long-term viewership, making a YouTube video, being authentic. Let's work on those weak points. The clip is second nature. For me, I have to do the opposite. The YouTube video is easy. How do I get a clip? I'm 30 fucking one. I don't know what to do.
That's not all. That's where you're going.
It's practice. It takes time.
You're streaming too little.
So anyway, I'm gonna go
That
through
is
some of my
true.
ideas here,
He says
and then
50
we're
to
gonna talk
100 hours, and I don't be hitting 50 hours really.
What makes an idea good? This is one idea here. This is a thumbnail for it. It's called Bro v Bro. A lot of people stole this idea. It's a good fucking idea.
Bro v Bro is a really
It's
good
basically
idea.
me versus another creator, finding out who the better gamer is. We do a best of 7, competing in a variety of video games. All right, I've been doing this for years now. I know it's a good idea because Ron stole it, Jason stole it, Jinxie stole it. One note on that. When someone steals your idea, congrats, you did well. Do not feel bad about it. Do not be bitter about it.
Don't feel bad about it
Reach out
if
to them
someone
about
steals it.
is okay.
Like Zombie Bingo, I
Here's
can put that
ultimately the
first.
truth.
Guy who got
Someone who steals
really big
an
from that.
idea
I got big on that
makes
first.
You their ceiling. They will not be bigger than you until they do shit better than you. And if all they're doing is mimicking you, then I promise you, they will never surpass you.
Do you care about what Ludwig did in the past? Ludwig hasn't done like shady off-camera stuff. Like, what do you mean? Ludwig's like, compared to most streamers, like squeaky clean. The drama Ludwig is in or gets shit on for is so small compared to every other streamer. But people just blow it up because he's like big and W guy to hate, you know? Know what I'm saying?
He's right. I do different things. I do different things too.
Next idea. This is $1,000.
That's just $1
This is an
idea.
older one.
It's an Amazon
It's called
streams.
an Amazon stream.
People do steal that shit like Joe Bart
I
does
gave
it.
my chat $1,000, and Ron is right. This is a stream that Soda Poppin did initially. OG streamer Soda Poppin. I took the idea. The only thing I twisted is I gave my
took it,
chat
though. W
the
steal.
exact amount they could spend, and
Birdo.
then a time limit to spend it in. So there's a little bit of stress on chat's behalf. I've done this stream, I'm not shitting you, probably a dozen times. It works every time. I've done it for 1,000, I've done it for 10,000, I've done
About to
it
do
for
that. About to
30,000.
snatch that shit.
All I do, I give them the amount of money. I let them send me links. They vote on what they want to buy. Yes, we buy it. No, we don't. Huh?
Pills?
These are height pills. Yeah, stand tall, growth pills. Yeah, I'm 6'3". That's that. All right, $100,000 idea. This one's a few years old.
$100,000 idea.
24 hours in the wilderness. I
already wrote down my
production crew.
ideas, and I saw this
I
already.
streamed
But yeah, these
outside
are his
24
ideas.
hours. I had a bunch of wildlife experts come through. They helped me through it. This was a 24-hour stream production. That's where the cost came from. Okay? $100,000. Did you make money on that stream, Ludwig? Fuck no. And it's a good question. Why not?
Why
'Cause it
not
costs a
Ludwig?
lot.
That does
And
cost
you don't
100K is a lot of
necessarily
money. No way he
make
made
more.
100K
It
from
doesn't
a stream.
scale that way. For me to make that much more, I'd have to have that exponential increase in viewership. I'll say maybe at the time I was averaging like 17K viewers. I think for this stream I might have had like 27K.
I think Green's assault.
More,
Like not getting
but it's
involved
not
in things that he
enough to
knows
cover
are
all the
problems
bills.
around him.
Was
That's
it worth
interest.
it?
I think that is so overblown. I said this earlier. I don't know if you were here for that. I don't believe that. I think that take is such a Twitter take. Like, if two streamers are fighting about something, like I'm just not into, like, let's say I was a big streamer, why the fuck would I get involved? That doesn't have anything to do with me. They're like petty streamer drama or whatever. Them calling each other a bitch or talking bad about each other behind their back. Like, I just know them. I'm just a streamer like them that has collabed with them because that's like I very much agree with his take that like most streamers are coworkers. They're not best friends because they've streamed together. Like, they're just people that you do the same job as. And sometimes at work, you'll work on a project with people. They're still just your coworkers. Like, it's like I don't think he like avoids everything like the plague to appeal to brands and whatnot. Like he does, like we talked about this at length earlier, but like he does so many, like he's a super active like trans rights activist and stuff. And whatnot, and like does stuff for the Trevor Project and everything, and ignoring Mango because that shit was inexcusable and Logan would get bad rep by ignoring it. Okay, the Mango thing, I think obviously the on-camera stuff, him like hyping up to keep drinking, is a bad look, right? But there's a few things. One, people that are Mango fans, blame Mango's drinking problem on Ludwig. They say, how could you invite an alcoholic to your event? But Mango has gone to Ludwig's beer carts before. One, wasn't a problem. Two, they don't get mad at any other event Mango has been to where he drinks at. They never got mad. They never got mad at Smash events having bars or anything. They don't get mad at his wife for letting him go. Like, why did his wife let him go to beer cart? They don't get mad at that. They blame it all on Ludwig. I think that's dumb. If he has an actual problem, an addiction to this thing, people around him should help him with that. But they only get mad at Ludwig for that. They didn't get mad at anybody else for like inviting him to events that have alcohol in it, where alcohol is served, or alcohol is nearby. His wife letting him go to a beer, like his wife blamed Ludwig for inviting him to a beer cart event. Why the fuck did you let him walk out the door to a beer cart event? You are not absolved from blame. Two, the internet acts like Mango was a literally dysfunctional alcoholic before this. Obviously, he drank a lot. That was like his thing. But like, he's been to beer carts before and it's fine. People have drank with him. It's usually fun. It's usually this and that. Like, people don't know the severity of his alcoholism, and people online pretend that like Mango was a literal dysfunctional alcoholic, that how could you possibly ever invite him anywhere where there's alcohol around? You are a disgusting human if you do that, because you know he has a serious problem. Where before that event, no one acted like he had a serious problem. People were just like cool with it. Like, these people that are outraged at Ludwig for inviting to a beer cart event never got mad at Mango for drinking, never got mad at people for drinking with Mango, because they didn't see it as a problem until they needed someone to blame for their streamer fucking up. 3, alcohol has never made me be weird to women. Alcohol has never made people I know be weird to women. I don't think that's an alcohol's fault. Just because you are drunk does not mean you are absolved from the consequences of your actions. You still do your actions. And you know what's crazy too? Like, I don't think, like, what Mango did was weird. I didn't like it. I don't think it was like I don't think it necessarily was to the severity some people were, like, going with, you know? But still, I wouldn't do what he did when I was drunk. Most people I know, the people I surround myself wouldn't. And he's never done it. He's never shown signs of doing this before at any of Ludwig's other events. Like, blaming him, like, the thing that got Mango in trouble was being weird on Maya and Extra Emily's streams and making them uncomfortable. That's what Mango got shit for. Rightfully so. He got rightful punishment from that, where he got a temporary ban from Smash events. He got dropped by some sponsors. And I think that is an adequate punishment, or adequate consequences for his actions. And people somehow blame Ludwig for that. When I would never do that when I was drunk. People I know would never do that when they were drunk. Yeah, exactly. Drugs, whatever, alcohol doesn't make things suddenly show up. Like, I just wouldn't do that. Like, and I think it was more of him doing something he thought like stupid and like that made people uncomfortable. And I don't think he's like this terrible predator person, but I think he got adequate consequences for it. And he didn't get consequences for drinking. He got consequences for making these women uncomfortable at this event. I don't understand. Like, I think it's a bad look when someone that does drink a lot and talks then post event that they have, like, they're an alcoholic and have an issue. I think the let's up those numbers thing is a bad look. The clip is a bad look for Ludwig. But it is the fact that people try to put 100% of the Mango situation blame on Ludwig when he should maybe have 3% is crazy, because nobody cared that Mango drank a lot before this Ludwig event. They weren't mad at Ludwig when he invited him to the first 2 different burial card events. Mango was there, he was drinking, having fun, everyone was having fun. Nobody gave a fuck. They weren't mad at Ludwig for inviting him. Mango's fucking wife blaming Ludwig for inviting him to an alcohol event is so disingenuous. That actually made me so mad. You let him go. If you know he has such a bad drinking problem, and obviously you know he's going to this event, you know he's going to Ludwig's event, you know what he's walking out the door for, going on a flight for. If you actually think he has such a bad drinking problem you're trying to fix, why the fuck would you ever let him walk out that door? That is so disingenuous and disgusting, and just trying to absolve blame for the drinking problems of this person. And if Mango actually did have a drinking problem, he's been a year sober. I know that, which is great. He looks a lot better, which is awesome. I am genuinely happy for him. That's cool that this pushed him. That's good that this pushed him to fix and face this issue. But none of the people fake out, performative, outraged. If everyone knew Mango's problem beforehand and they still allowed him, then it would be their problem. But it's Mango and his wife's problem. Well, so my thing isn't that, like, he didn't have a problem, right? And that, like, with drinking. My problem is that there's this such performative outrage at Ludwig for inviting him to burial cart number 3, by the way. To this burial cart number 3 event. There's such outrage towards Ludwig for inviting him to this. Like, you know this guy's an alcoholic, he's your friend, blah, blah, blah. Like how could you do that? When there was no issue from any of these people when Ludwig invited him the first 2 times. There's no problem with any of them, no outrage from them when Smash events have open bars, even though they know Mango's going there or something, or at a convention center that has a bar that serves alcohol. Nobody gets mad at them for inviting Mango to that event or flying him out to it or anything. They never got mad before. It's that they get performatively outraged when Mango fucks up, and then they're mad that he was invited to a drinking event when he has been before and they didn't care. That's one thing. That's more about the performative outrage thing, though. If Mango did have a problem, also, like, him and Ludwig, sure, they're, like, kind of friends, like, streamer friends, right? Whatever, play Smash together. I just don't blame someone for not knowing someone else's deep-rooted problems and the severity of it. I don't blame someone else for that. That is on the person for hiding this thing from people that's actually a problem. They've drank together a bunch before on the yard, on other burial carts, at Smash events, and they just have fun and hang out. And so, like, how are you supposed to know that this person is an actual, for real alcoholic, which all the performative outrage viewers pretend that they've known this forever, but they've never cared about it before for some reason. Same with apparently is, I don't know. But, and then the other thing is that Mango did not get in trouble and face consequences because of drinking. There were so many people there as drunk as him. You know what none of them did? Make women feel uncomfortable on their stream. No one else did that when they were really drunk. No part of Mango getting in trouble had direct, maybe he did, the only reason he was, like, trying to make the jokes or whatever, like, humping, like, the mushroom stuffed animal, whatever the fuck happened. I haven't seen the clip in a while. Maybe he did that because he thought it was a funny joke, and maybe, like he thought it would be funnier, but whatever the reason is, nobody else is fucking doing that. Everybody else, when they were drunk, either didn't think to do that because they just wouldn't do that at all to anybody, or they were thinking, like, wow, this wouldn't be funny, this would make people feel uncomfortable, I'm not going to do that, and they still could process that drunk, but they had no desire to do that. Like, all these other people were drunk. I've gotten plenty of drunk before. It also makes you wonder with these things, like, if it was spontaneous versus always there, but Mango or other people around him kept it a secret. So I think the consensus online is that Mango drinks a lot, and everyone thinks that is always like, yeah, I knew he was a huge alcoholic, but I guess they didn't care, I don't know. But a lot of, like, viewer-wise online is stuff like that. Is stuff like, oh, like, how could you not help Mango, blah, blah, blah. It's like them at least pretending like they know that he's, like, that they've always known that, but, like, that's what a lot of I'd say performative outrage is. But, like, it's not like he, like, did something so heinous that, like, I think he should be put in jail. He made women very uncomfortable on stream, and I think he got adequate consequences for it. Like, dropped by sponsors, couldn't go to Smash events, got shit on stream. I think all that is so fair because he did the thing. He did this thing that he deserves consequences for. He made these women feel very uncomfortable. He was not good there. And, like, that's not anyone's fault but his. I don't care if he was drunk. Being drunk doesn't... It's not like being drunk makes you make women uncomfortable. Make, like, you know, do, like, this, like, gross shit around women. That doesn't happen to me when I'm drunk. Doesn't happen to people I hang out with when we drink with them. None of that happens. So, like, I don't understand the idea of blaming that on Ludwig. I think the Let's Up These Numbers clip looks bad because with the consensus that, like, hey, Mango has a drinking problem, which people have said before, but people weren't, even though they were saying that, they weren't mad, like I said, that he's had events before this, pre that burial cart, that he's had events with drinking or Smash conventions that have bars and stuff. They never got mad about that. They only got mad about it when he did something when he was drunk that he suffered consequences from. I just feel like it is such a performative outrage situation. And I think a lot of it stems from just overall how kind of weird fandom-wise, like not all, definitely not all, a subsect of like Melee fans specifically are. They're very weird, like with the way they idolize people, especially people like Mango, even like HBox a little bit. Like the people who are the gods of Melee. They like very much idolize them in a kind of an unhealthy, weird way. And so like to them, like, how would like anybody or so like they will just absolve them of any blame possible. But yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts on that. So like I think the Mango thing is so overblown from Ludwig's like fault put on him. I think it's mostly a subsect of Melee fans that like are just literally actually see Mango as like a fucking god. And like they have to absolve him of all crime. It's all Ludwig's fault. Ludwig force-fed him beer, made him do the actions. They act like he like goes to AA meetings with them and then gave him alcohol afterwards. Like that's just like Ludwig might have known that Mango drinks too much, but like not to the degree of like, come on, man. Like blaming Ludwig for inviting him to a beer cart event and putting no blame on, let's say, him for going, his wife for letting him go, whatever, you know, like it's just a lot. And I think that's like a subsect of Melee people that or just see that, or just have, and then that kind of sort of spreads like wildfire. And then, like, again, I'm not saying Let's Up Those Numbers, bad luck. I do think that, like, depending on how close Ludwig was to Mango, maybe probably shouldn't invite him to drinking events if you do think that he has some sort of issue, if Ludwig did know that. I don't know their personal relationship, but yeah, I think it's, like, I'd give maybe 3% of blame to Ludwig. Again, I think the clip looks bad. With Mango being like, yeah, I have a drinking problem afterwards and stuff, and then also him suffering the consequences at the same event. But truly, I don't think that's the catalyst, because I think what Mango got consequences for is he might have been able to not do that if he wasn't drunk and hold himself back from that thought, you know? No, it's not funny. No, it's weird more if he was sober. But regardless, it's not something I would do if I was drunk. It's not something anybody at the event did when they were drunk, when everybody was drinking. Nobody else did it. Nobody else has done it at his other burial cart events. So, like, the actual catalyst is that he did some weird-ass behavior, and that's what he suffered consequences for at the end of the day. And being drunk might have broken down some walls to prevent himself from doing that, but I still think it's just a weird thing to, like, have the thought and to do it drunk or not. And that's what he suffered consequences for. So, let's have a burial cart event. You know what? I'm down. Let's freaking do it.
What do you think?
Yes.
But we'll make it truly cart.
Because
we don't like beer.
Yeah, even though it was a live stream, 24 hours, right? Mm-hmm. You could get clips, YouTube.
If someone ever digs
shorts,
through this VOD, if I like make it someone digs through this VOD, hopefully this is blown over because, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's some people that will not like that take.
Now you have the case study of what that much money.
I am happy that
Mango
is like sober. Like I said, he does look a lot better. I have seen like
when you should
like
stay at the crib,
pictures from
spend less
himself.
money.
So I mean that's good. Like if it was a
gives you
catalyst
an
for him
idea
to
of where-
get
was
sober,
it worth it?
that's like a good thing.
I think
I'm happy
you
for him,
can
but still,
trial
regardless,
things.
like
you
I think it is
should take
independent of the
risks.
drinking,
Also
the event
think
that happened
it's
for the most part,
okay to have
or the
boss
consequences
leaders.
of the event. At least.
Big ideas, big events. Maybe they don't make a lot, but they mean a lot to the people who watch you. People see the effort that you put in.
I should put
If
less
you are not
opinions on the
doing
internet, by the way.
that are exciting to you,
Don't ever want to
exciting
make.
to them,
I don't like that. Like
viewers slip away.
I know if someone ever
There's a
went
lot of
back in
competition
VODs and
out
like
there.
watched this,
The stat I
God,
heard year over year.
people would
all
not
right?
be happy.
Your viewers will
That's
change.
like if
So
some
maybe if you have
specific
1,000
people
viewers
saw
this year,
it,
1,000 viewers
that,
next
like
year,
are so
50%
staunch
of
in their
those people
beliefs
will
on
be
certain
different.
things.
That's the turnover. 50% of those people will be different. It's not the same people coming in. You don't have this static pool. People got lives. People get older. People stop watching streams when they get 30. They got a family and shit. All right? So sometimes these lost leaders can also bring in those new viewers. They can help recycle the people who are eventually going to leave. I got one more for y'all. This one is $1 million. This is Streamer Games. All right?
Streamer
And there's a
games,
follow-up
guys.
to
I'm
your
going to streamer
question.
games.
Okay, is it worth it? Streamer Games, year 1, guess what it did? It lost money. Streamer Games, year 2, guess what it did? About broke even. Streamer Games, year 3,
It's gonna
guess
make
what it's
money,
gonna
baby.
Do? It's gonna make money. Yeah. All right, the more often you do an event, the better you will get at doing it for cheaper. Also, the better it will perform, right? People know about the event now. The streamer you hyped this year, how long did Kai spend hyping this up? 2 weeks, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe? When did y'all find out when you're gonna fly in? A week ago?
Yeah.
Right? But why did y'all come? Because you knew what streamer you was. All right? You knew the opportunity that it was because it's already proven. So doing things multiple times is a good thing.
I'll do some things multiple times.
Can't hammer it
I do
home,
want to
right? You
run
wanna be
another
the
game no
50th
using
season of
moves
The
soon.
Simpsons.
Soonish.
You gotta
Make a
try
video
some
on
new
it.
shit, but
That video did really
if
well.
something works, do it again. This is what you should be doing as a YouTuber, as a streamer, whatever. You were throwing shit at the wall. Something clicks, we're gonna do it again. Don't typecast yourself though. All right? Don't be like one of those people on TikTok. They got one bit, they do it in perpetuity, and then that's all they ever are.
Don't know why, but streamers are like T1.5 to people having addictions. That's just being T0. Reasons the mental health aspect can lead to addiction. I do think that, in general, I do think a lot of streamers, I do think that a lot of streamers just have really unhealthy, like, life balance, and they do turn to unhealthy vices. I do agree, in general. I do definitely agree.
You know, you should explore new avenues, but if something works, keep doing it.
That's why it's important to be, like,
All right,
balanced, you know?
Next up. Christmas. All right, guys, this is something that I've thought about a lot, that helps me a lot, that I'm just, maybe will help some of you. Do you guys remember being at school? For some of you, it's not that long ago. And you're fucking sick of school, but Christmas is around the corner. And that's exciting. That brings you there, pulls you, it literally pulls you through the last week, month of school, whatever, because you're excited to get to Christmas.
Take notes, Airid. What are you doing for streamer Christmas?
As a creator myself,
I don't know what my Christmas
I
would
can
be.
get very tired.
I was just thinking how much I would pay for Asfro and Alan to go to
strict
Streamer
schedule I
University.
adhere to. I go
Bro.
live X amount.
Also, hi, Matt. I'm so mad Alan doesn't stream, because one, I think Alan is such a good streamer. He would be so good at Streamer University. Unironically, Asfro would too, to be fair. Asfro would be good at Streamer University. Alan, though, would genuinely be unreal at Streamer University. Like, he would be so good. Yeah, they both do need to have their brains studied. But, to be fair, so do a lot of the streamers at Streamer University. Yeah, exactly. They would fit in. Alan would be a really good IRL streamer. Like, really good. Personally, I'd run that shit. That's facts. Alan would be a goated. Desktop was what was holding him back, man. Actually, what was holding him back was him pressing go live, to be honest. He low-key got hella viewers for how little he streamed and how much he didn't have any presence anywhere else. Like, he wasn't pro or high level in a game. He, like, had some followers on Twitter. He didn't post anything on any other platform. Oh, he had the juice. He had the juice. Yeah, he did. He did. To be fair, you know what's crazy? Oh, I don't think this has anything to do with you specifically, but Tom Constantly, but I didn't believe it enough, unfortunately. Yeah, there was some self-doubt there. This actually doesn't really relate to you. Well, it does relate to you, but it's not actually about you. But you know what killed him? Killed the spot, like the chance for him to stick to it. He moved into the worst house of all time. If we can be honest, not because of you, only because of like, you know, honestly, maybe like a person, but just not gonna name any specific reasons, but I don't think he moved into a good environment for him to. That was not healthy for any of us. Yeah, that was quite the house. That was quite the house. But yeah. Yeah, hate to see a natural talent like that get stifled, you know? Loki saved me because without him I would have gone crazy the second year. Yeah, that's kind of fair actually. Yeah, you and Alan were doing. Yeah. It's like when you see someone like playing basketball and you're like, God damn, they are so good. And it's like, but they never made it anywhere. They never made it anywhere. And yeah. So it's like they never play college or anything, and they just like, or maybe they play college for a little bit, but then they fizzled out, and it's just like Alan's like the Mikey Williams of streaming. He's at Rucker Park talking about how he would have made it if he just took that scholarship. Yeah, he is. No, he's the Mikey Williams of streaming. Remember when Mikey Williams high school shit came out? Or maybe it was even middle school, and he was supposed to be like, or I think it was freshman year maybe, like the best basketball. He is the Mikey Williams of streaming. That's crazy. The classic question, do you care more about the content of the creator when watching the content or the creator? I think that anybody that I watch, now he's a landlord, yeah. Stifling his talent. You know what's crazy too? He's entertaining his tenants. The tenants love him. The tenants love him. He's kind of IRL streaming to them. Hashtag freeze the rent. Freeze the goddamn rent. He's IRL streaming to the tenants at the apartment complex. And they love him, man. Stream-wise, I think I usually care more about the creator. Because, like, people I watch consistently is always about the creator. But there are people that, like, there are people that, like, I do watch depending on their segment. Like, I'll only watch them for their segment. But most of the time, I watch streams for the creator and videos for the content. I only care about the content. Let's go. That's why you watch me. Like, when you play Pokemon, I dip. Aw. Alan being my landlord would be the funniest shit of all time. I'd be fucking with him constantly, though. You could probably just, like, trick him into giving you discounts all the time. That'd be awesome. Oh, by the way, the Christmas thing, I'm not paying too much attention to this. I should, though. I think my Christmas is, I already paid for this month last month, man, and he just believe you. I think my Christmas, most of the time, is just, when I'm, like, getting close to the end of a challenge. Like, sometimes the middle of, like, a long Pokemon challenge can be, like, a drag. But I think I don't have, like, big events that I do. But I think my Christmas is, like when I'm doing Pokemon No Moves, and I'm the Elite Four, or I'm going to the Champion, that shit fires me up. It's kind of like when you're at the end of, like, getting over it, or, like, Jump King, you know? I think that's my Christmas.
XYZ YouTube videos. You do that for 8 years, it gets boring. So what keeps me going is Christmas. I make myself a Christmas. For me, personally, it is a big event.
Okay, I gotta run, but I'll leave up in the background to give you viewers so you're not in the depths and you can become a big streamer and make a lot of money. Thank you. You're moving me up in the just chatting category. Instead of being the 15,367th viewer in that category, I'm now like the 14,252nd viewer in that category, and that's awesome. They might find me. You just hit your 94-month Spuda resub? That's insane. And you know what? You still got the Overwatch League badge, and that's so hype. The Rats, for example, and the Elite Four. Yeah, exactly. The Elite Four and the Champion of the Rats fired me up. In the middle, it got kind of a drag, but yeah.
Games in 2 weeks. I'm excited to do that.
I don't have anything as
So
big
I
as
know,
streamer games, but I don't think my Christmas needs to be.
all my ducks in a row. Gotta get my YouTube videos out. Gotta get my streams out. I got Christmas
I don't
coming
think
up. All right, first part of the year I do this event called Tip
your
to Tip. a
streamer games
motorcycle
need
around
or
the
your
world, my
Christmas
friend
needs to be
Michael
huge
Reeves.
events, you know.
That is Christmas. I'm so excited.
5 years ago,
to
he
do
told
that.
me he would refund me
But I
at
know
100 months. Do
I
you think
gotta
he
do my
will?
work, okay, before to get to that.
That would be awesome
Make
if he
yourself
did.
a Christmas. It can be whatever.
That's so
Something
much
you're
money,
excited to
though.
do. Maybe
I actually
it
do.
is a
That would be
big
sick.
streamed event. Maybe it is a YouTube video recording. Maybe it's a vacation. That's fine. But make yourself
It'll fund the next 100
so that
months.
you can
True.
look forward to. You can get through. The
Sure, you can just get to
day-to-day
200.
of life.
The 100 month
Next up.
funnel. I like that.
This is the number one lesson. This is
Technically,
all my
he's always equal or gaining money, right?
I can't
Not
tell
bad.
you the
Well, I guess
playbook
he only
for
gets
how
half
to
the
be
money from a sub,
successful
though.
exiting Streamer U. Because if I did, you would all use it, and it wouldn't be successful. Someone here is going to rise above the rest. Someone
2018
here
badge? Oh
is
my
going to
god.
offer viewers
Matt, you just got
something
chat
new
mobbed.
that other people
Holy
aren't offering.
shit. Holy shit,
I'm a
Buckley.
small
That was the
streamer making
toughest
a
thing you've
cozy
ever
environment.
done.
Okay, I've seen that. Maybe that's fine. Maybe you're happy with that.
That's actually
not gonna be
crazy.
the person who's the number one streamer come out of here. I'm loud. I like being the center of attention.
I'm not loud.
Okay, we have enough of that. You are not going to be the number one streamer coming out of here. So what are you doing?
I'm
to
just
be
an OG.
different?
You really are.
What are you doing?
What can I say?
That people
God, you're
are
him.
drawn to.
W chat mode.
This is tough. This is intrinsic. This is personal. I cannot tell you what it is, but ultimately, whoever is successful will do this. Dean Sinat.
I'm just here to look around.
I think my difference is, if I really had to pick, I don't think I'm that different. I don't think I'm that super unique as a streamer. Like there's some people that have insane like types of sauce that I don't think I have, but I think that I know you guys don't give a fuck about like Pokemon and stuff, but I think people that do, I think there's like, even with how much Small Ant, Point Crow, whoever else have popped off with like challenges like that, I think there is like, my difference is like doing like these really hard, unique ideas. Like, how many Rattatas to take beat Fire Red? Nobody's done that before. I think that's where I think my ideas that I turn into videos are really good, and then when they're streamed, it's different from what other people are streaming, which maybe it's bad that I feel like my difference is more in my content than in me as a person, but at least I think on stream I'm always myself, which I think is good. Nobody's done that before because nobody's dumb enough. You told me you should play Rocket League. That's what you told me. That's what you told me. You said you should play Rocket League was your big idea. Yeah. Okay. Okay. No, that's good. You should not blow your shit off smooth. Everyone would be very sad.
Guys, we have about
so don't do
5 minutes left in class. I appreciate you all being very attentive.
Jinxie plays Rocket League. This is true.
At this point, I will open it up. Does anyone have any questions
This is
for
true,
me? This is the
Buckley's
last
pants.
time that we will be meeting. So if you have anything for me, let's get it out now. Hands up. What you got?
When's the time that you've almost quit streaming or content creation?
It's a good question. What's the time I almost quit streaming? It was early in my career. I was a part-time
Being every other
employee at a
week,
vape company.
almost quit streaming.
I was head of marketing. I did smoke vapes.
Take the
I lied
rest
on
of
my
the month
resume.
off.
After, I would go home, I would stream. Work stream is a lot. But I really love streaming. Here's the crazy thing. I had the best stream I had ever had. I averaged 1,000 viewers. The next day, I almost quit. Because I knew the number that would show up would be smaller. And that ate at me. I lied down in my closet for 4 hours instead of going live that day.
I do that all the time. Just for fun. Not in my closet.
This is
but
something that you guys
my
might deal
floor.
with. Okay, maybe it's imposter syndrome, maybe it is just paralyzation. Okay? Here's what I realized. Streaming is an impermanent thing.
Facts.
What you did
This is
last
true.
stream doesn't fucking matter.
I think
You know what people care about?
he's talked about this before. I think I've hammered this into my brain. The reason why I lie down on my floor and don't go live isn't for streaming reasons, but it is content related, I guess, but it's more video stuff and me. I'll be like, damn, it is how long since I uploaded a video? Then I get really sad.
Is the next stream.
'Cause I'm a piece of
and
shit.
you know what you want people to care about? You. Okay? So if the last stream was shit, who cares? If the last stream was the greatest stream that ever happened, who cares? Streamer U's going great. You know they're gonna say on Twitter in a month about Kai if he doesn't go live? When's the next stream, Kai? Spark up. We want to see something. What you got for us? They don't care that he put in all this work anymore.
That is true.
What's next? And so that's what pushed me.
Let's talk about clips going viral.
Okay, this
and
question
how to,
is,
like,
I mean, she just asks
How to convert them?
about
Yeah.
the converting the clips, which is, he just reiterates like the authenticity thing.
Speaking of
Among this class, it's almost over,
how
I
can you
think. Yeah.
convert it? Like,
There's one
what
more
exactly
question I
you
want
have
to talk
do
about
to convert
that I want to
them?
push back
Oh,
on a
there's,
little
like,
bit
nothing
on
you can
Ludwig's
do.
answer.
So again,
But
the
then I
way
think
to
that's the last thing I
convert
want
those
to talk
people
about.
from clips to
I don't think I'm
long-form
gonna do Power
viewers
today because it's been a
is to be
long
authentically you.
reaction. I thought
and
this was gonna be a
the
short
you that
one.
they see in the
We start
clip
talking about like NIL
is the
and
you that
whatever
they
shit.
get when they watch the stream. If there's a big disparity, if you're acting, crazier, more energetic in the clip, and then in the stream, you're like, all right, Chad, what are we doing?
Wait, why are he talking like me?
Should we get lunch or something?
Why is
What's
that?
Jason doing?
That's how I would stream.
That's not. No one's happy. That's nothing, right? That's boring, and they're gonna come and they're gonna see that. But if you're authentically you, maybe you are someone who's really engaged in conversation, really passionate about
All the classes are like an
learning,
hour
really
long, I
passionate about
think.
whatever. Okay? Then
Maybe a little
that is
under.
that's what we have to show people in these clips.
And this
All
is
right?
just like a content bit.
The
People
other
are
thing-
passing notes. This girl eats the note. But there was one question at the end I wanted to go to.
Either spit it. A couple more minutes. Any more questions?
This question.
Damn, I heard you might be.
For someone around the 200 to 300 viewer range, you think it's
300
better
viewers,
to
that's me.
stream less hours and more so like focus on like planning, like, you know what I mean? Like
For someone in the 200 to 300 viewer range, is it worth it to stream less hours? What do you think?
less hours and plan more, or longer hours and like is it better to like, all right, I'm gonna do like an 8-hour stream, I have one segment and then like the rest I'm gonna just abolish? Or do you think
Abolish.
like I should only stream and then once I have like no planned content, like end my stream, done?
Are you trying to get rich?
Why isn't like Afghans a streamer you? Are you tapped into Afghans? Afghans, we don't. Afghans gone, bro. Afghans are gone. Afghans is a very fucked up shit. I do think it's a place that, in terms of his content, he is like the Pokemon Shorts guy, yes. And in terms of like his content and stuff, when he was a content creator, that it would make sense, I think, for him to be at a place like Streamer U. But he did a very bad thing, and so we don't. He doesn't make content anymore. He shouldn't. We don't. Just we're good. We're good on that. We're good on that. But yeah, you can research on your own. But yeah, there's a reason why he isn't here, and there's a reason why I haven't seen Pokemon Shorts for him and other things. That's all. I'll just leave it at that. You can do your research, but yeah, not good. But yeah, the question was, so this guy was saying like if he's in like 100 of 200 viewers, right? Should he stream like let's say do an 8-hour stream and do like a 2-hour segment that comes a video and some clips and then 6 hours of whatever, or stream like 4 hours and spend the rest of the time coming up with more segments and then turning like multiple segments into videos, was his question. So stream like half the time and spend that time sharpening the axe, if you will. Making more segments so you can get a few more videos, or do the 8 hours with like one segment that he makes a video.
Do you want to make?
And Ludwig's saying, do you want to make more money short term,
do you want
long
like
term?
thousands more, or do you want to make maybe hundreds of thousands of more over 5 years? Okay, so then let's think of your future, right? So when you say I do a stream and I plan one segment that's a YouTube video, and then what's the other 6 hours?
Right.
Just whatever happens, abolishing.
Okay, you're abolishing. That's
Bunch of
cool.
Baelish.
What's the point of that? You're making more money because you run more ads, you get more subs, but what does that turn into? Nothing. Poof, it's gone. There's not a YouTube video out of it. The VOD's maybe not that noteworthy. Like, what is the point of that? Yeah. You could stream every minute of your life and you'll make more money. And that's the issue with streaming, right? You can always think, oh, I could stream more. It's true.
I don't make
You
any
could
money,
more
so I don't
You
have
went
this
live,
thought.
One more hour, you make an hour's worth more of money, okay? But if you take the time to ideate, if you take the time to elevate what you are doing on the stream, then your streams long-term make more. I showed you that graph, all right, of my stream. It made $5,500, and I told you the other streams made the YouTube
light
videos
is
made 25,000.
making me tweak.
I didn't make that 25 instantly. They had to be edited. They had to be posted. It took time. It also took the time to come up with the ideas. That made more overall. I would have made more if instead of streaming 6 hours, I streamed 10 hours. and I
Yeah.
played more Magic Chameleon, but that wouldn't have meant much, right? It's less efficient. You are not being efficient with your time.
Okay, so the only thing I think Ludwig on the whole with that is correct. I think it's good to I think it is good to spend time ideating, even if it takes away from stream time. Come up with good ideas, packing more segments into your stream, you know, even if you stream less hours. I think all of that is objectively correct. Obviously, he knows what he's fucking talking about, and it is more efficient. The only thing I want to push back on is something Airid brought up, and he was talking about Squeaks, Northern Lion. Stans does this a little bit too, but Stans makes more like segments out of his stuff, I feel like, packaged it into YouTube content. But like Northern Lion, Squeaks, etc., they go live for like 8 hours or something and banter with chat and just play a game. Most of it doesn't get turned into content. Squeaks has a really bad content funnel, really bad return on his stuff, like whatever. But he's very wildly successful regardless because he's insanely funny and a really good streamer. And he doesn't really give a shit about that stuff, which is all fine, right? And Northern Lion does have a content funnel, but it's because of Librarian, who I guess is an employee now. But anyways, and Airid was saying that, like, there is a value in just streaming, right? Which I agree with. He was like, Northern Lion and Squeaks didn't start like this. Squeaks was streaming 8 hours a day to nobody, being bad at, like, bouncing off a chat and not being as funny, not being as confident. And he, like, streaming is a skill. And although, of course, you should try to get the most out of each piece of content, you should try to pack more segments into streams. It'll make the streams more exciting. You'll get more YouTube stuff for revenue and whatnot. He was like, there is a skill, which I agree with, in just going live if you need to build the skill. Like, I think I'm all right at streaming. I think part of the reason why I'm not better is because my stream hours are so low. Just like lifetime. Even though I've been streaming for a while, I don't stream nearly enough. And that's why I'm doing stuff like this, reacting to these classes. I wanted to watch them again, just for the knowledge, but also, and like do the notes and stuff, but also because this isn't something that I'll make a main channel video, obviously. And neither is the Power World Hardcore thing I'm doing. I might make some, like, edited thing for, like, a second channel, like a VODs thing for it. I don't know. But it's not really gonna get, like, put in the content funnel. And I think that it is still valuable for me because I'm getting the hours I need to, like, be a consistent streamer. And I'm learning the skill of streaming, right? And I think it's even a separate skill for when I'm streaming a segment, because sometimes when I'm streaming a segment, if nobody's chatting or watching or whatever, like for like a segment, like legitimately a segment, part of like a big YouTube challenge, I can just treat it like an offline recording, right? Where like, if I'm doing something that isn't going to be a video, and I'm in even more of a streaming mindset than I already am when it's like a challenge that's going to be a video, it builds up even like a more honed in skill of streaming. So I do definitely think there's a value with it. I just think that he's talking to people more from a standpoint that are streaming too much maybe and need to come down because they're already building the skill with how much they're streaming, more than building it. But they're just staying live to get a little extra money instead of, you know, putting time and effort into things that can make their income more consistent, give them more money, give them more stability. Where me, as someone that doesn't really even stream 50 hours a month, need to just stream more to build up the skill, even if it's stuff that isn't necessarily going to be a main channel video, or like might just be a VOD channel thing, or maybe I'm not getting shorts out of it. I still think that's valuable, and it's a value that it's a skill that I'm trying to build up, and I think there's a lot of value in me just, like these past few days, just going live, whether it's watching this, doing the Power World, Hardcore World stuff, things like that. So that's like a minor pushback. But also, he is talking to people, all of these people pretty much stream too much. So it's like, the stream less advice, or like make everything a segment, works more for them, right? Because with their segments, they're streaming probably enough already, and then they're just throwing in more hours on top of it of kind of bullshit or nothing to just because they feel like stream more equals make more equals better, right? Which, like, I do get that mindset, absolutely. But as someone that is under the threshold and needs to stream more and needs to put out more content, I think there's a value in just going live to go live to build up the skill, like someone like Squeaks has or Northern Lion. But yeah. Anyways, I think that's the end of his class.
Guys, speaking of time, we are at...
Oh my god, I spent 4 hours on this class. Oh my god. That means I'm learning, though. I am engaged. I'm an engaged student. Let's fucking go. That was fun, though. I said some controversial things. Like, takes on some controversial things, like a beast. I didn't really mean to, though. Hopefully no one ever goes back and watches this VOD. Or nobody really cares, at least. But probably not. Probably not. But anyways, who cares? I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for being here. I had a good time. No power today. But we're gonna watch Class 3 tomorrow, which should go faster. I won't pause it and talk about NIL for like 30 minutes. I don't know how we got on that train, but we did. But anyways, thank you guys for being here. I'm gonna go. We'll learn more tomorrow, and we'll do some Power World. It's not a big deal. That is true. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but you know, I think it's better to not share opinions on nuanced, not even, well, just like on like hyper-specific things. If it's like a broader thing, you know, like a group of people's rights or how they're treated, I think you should share your opinion. I think it's the bare minimum. But in terms of like specific, I guess, drama or incidences, I don't think it's like it's not necessary. But also, I don't really care. But you know, but just in general, I don't think it's usually not good, because there's just people that care a lot more about it than anybody involved that will, if they stumble upon it, will not be happy and might, you know, it might yeah, not be that swag. Banger idea? What's your banger idea, Buckley? Before I go, drop it on me. Drop it on me before I go. What if, okay, you do an IRL stream. And I steal candy from babies. That's a great idea. I want you to think on it. And I race another, oh, to steal the most candy from babies. Okay. But isn't it really easy to do? So, like, you'll both just get a shit ton. But maybe then, it'll be a close race. I like where your brain's at. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for being here. W stream. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. We'll learn on tomorrow, and we'll play more Power World tomorrow. Bye-bye.